What is going on, YouTube? Hope everybody's having a great Thursday today. I figured I would do something a little bit different today and just do a little Q&A. If anybody has any questions about pouring, stacking, collecting, whatever, life, stop by and ask. I'm an open book, so thought I'd do something a little bit different today. And see if anybody pops in. Might take a minute for it to get going out here. I've been trying to start in the shed because when I start in the house, oh, there's deer coming in. When I start in the house, sometimes it acts goofy when I come out here, so I just start out here today. But there is a deer walking up. I wonder if it'll come all the way up. I haven't put corn out in a while, so it might not come all the way up. But anyway, Cons, what's up? It's been a while. I haven't seen you in a while, man. Hope you're doing good. Actually, there might be 2 or 3 deer coming up. You know, in my live streams, it happens pretty often where deer walk up and they'll want to eat some corn, but I don't have any corn to give them, so let's see what happens with that. But yeah, I thought I'd do a little Q&A today. If anybody has any questions about pouring, coin collecting, stacking, I mean, whatever. I've been doing all this since about 2019, so I'm no expert by any means, but you know, also if you have questions just about life, I mean, let's just get into it. Let's talk. I'm really sore today, man. I got a pretty good flare up of gout right now, which my hands and my feet, all the joints, like, are like, what's it called? The fluid in your joints crystallize, and it like hurts to like bend anything. I'm kind of dealing with that. I'm a little more acidic than alkaline, and you're supposed to be kind of right in the middle. And for me, if I eat certain foods or like drink alcohol, any of that stuff, man, definitely. But I don't do that anymore. But yeah, it was a rough day. I worked heating and air conditioning Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, so that was a lot of fun. That was cool. It wasn't easy at times, but it was really cool to get out there and kind of get working with my hands, something a little bit different, you know, learning a new trade. So hopefully I'll be doing that again soon. But yeah, my cousin had a job and I went and helped him on it. We had 2 units outside. It was a 3-story house. There was 2 units outside, Bosch units we had to install and take the old units out. And then there was, on the inside, there was a unit in the basement, and then there was another one up in the attic. Oh man, let me tell you, the attic sucked. And it was, you know, you wouldn't think an attic would be that hot this time of year, but man, when I got done, my jeans were soaked. I had to put shorts on. It was ridiculous. But it was so hard because the way that they had put in like the system, if you were trying to get up through the hole with that big old box, I can't remember what the hell that box is called, but like on the inside of the house, I guess it's the furnace, I guess is what you would call it. But so we couldn't lift it straight up or straight down, so we had to take the old one apart into like 3 pieces, take it down 3 stories, and then take the new one apart, take it upstairs, and then put it back together. So I learned a lot. How many hours am I going to stream this time? I don't know, maybe 2. Not a whole lot. Titan, what's up? Pour some titanium. I don't have titanium to pour. I do, 3D Woodwork sent me some aluminum, so I am going to get into that soon. But check this out. Like I was just talking about those systems, right? I cut every single wire out of those systems. And you can see I got some copper here. That's a pretty good amount. That's like 46 ounces, and then those are, I don't know, at least 5 ounces probably. But check this out. I got a whole bucket full of all the wires. I'm going to strip all that down, and we're going to make a pour with it. Hopefully I can remember to take a video, because I want to do like a picture where it's like before and after, which is what I was supposed to do with this thing, and I forgot to take a freaking picture of it because I poured this for 7, and this was the first attempt, and you can see how the tail didn't fill out all the way. So I had to redo it because she deserves the best. And Took me 3 tries to finally get everything to fill out right. I couldn't do it the same way I did it with silver, because with silver I'll take it in through both pieces. It'll come in here and here. And when I try to do that with copper, it just wouldn't fill in the tail. So I took it just in here, and then I vented this out. Like, I normally don't vent out that big, but I had to with that one. Copper is a little bit different than silver. I will admit that. For one, it's got to be hotter to melt, obviously, but it just acts different. I did one that was a pretty thick piece, and it ended up swelling up and kind of broke the flask. It broke the seal on the flask and pushed it up a little bit, which I didn't expect that to happen. That was a pretty big piece, though. What you picking up lately? Man, Cons, I haven't picked up anything in a long time. I don't have the means. Like, I've barely been getting by just trying to sell my pours. And my stack, for that matter. I swear that there's a mouse in here. I'm out in the shed right now. I keep hearing something. A little mouse back there. It's that time of year. They love to get in this shed. If I open up my toolbox, I guarantee you there's a spot where they're all sitting in there eating any kind of paper and getting any kind of stuffing they can put for a bed. But yeah, I haven't picked up anything, man. Time to rest. Yeah, today is kind of rest day. Goodita, what's going on? How you doing? You got your package? Awesome. Okay, cool. I'm glad you like where I did that and how I did it. I wasn't sure exactly what you wanted, but I feel like if I wanted something like that, that's probably how I would like to receive it. So I'm glad you liked it. And thank you for picking that up. I appreciate you. Mr. and Mrs. West Test Stack. I can never say that straight. Mr. and Mrs. West Texas Stacker. Hello. Jeez. I thought I deserved the best. What do you mean? Everybody deserves the best. That's why a lot of times I'll remelt stuff. It's never taken me 3 tries, though. That was tough. But yeah, well, I'll have to say, 7 Stacks is the only person that has been in every single auction and picked up not one, but a few things from me. So she's been a huge supporter. So I had to, she told me I could just send her this one and clean the tail up and make it like a, a point, I guess, is probably what I would do with it. And I might still clean this up and see what I can do with it. But, they were bidding on the original, and I wanted it to look like the original. So, because she has this in silver already, and she wanted to have a matching one in copper. And I wasn't going to give it to her with the tail looking like that. I can't do that stuff. I gotta do the best. Sometimes I'll let prototypes be what they are if everything fills out and they're good. A little spot here and there. I know people tend to like that sort of thing because it makes it a little bit different than the rest of them. But I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I do remelt stuff every now and again. But never 3 times. But I wanted to take a picture of it when it was finished. And I was going to do a picture with this and then the finished one next to it. And then put in like before and after and make a video out of it, because I did record the video. But then I screwed it up. And then I think I made a video of what I finally ended up doing, kind of explaining what happened. But yeah, I got a lot of videos to post, man. I have so much. They might be walking up here, the deer. I have so many videos in my phone that I've made that I got to get into and start to do some editing. I mean, I've got stuff from probably 2 years ago I need to edit still. Like, it's kind of ridiculous. Just some guy, what's going on? Can you get me a list of budget SUVs? No, I don't do that. For like a 20-year trying to buy a car. Yeah, I don't, I will say, there's definitely a lot of places out there you can buy a car. Oh, there's a deer walking up. I'm gonna try to be quiet for a minute because she might walk up here. We'll look at her for a minute. 210. Re-gifted. Okay, we'll do that today. Guys, hang out and we'll give away, I think it was a silver quarter, that 210 won. So we will re-gift that in his name. Is someone pour the Standing Liberty pour you did before you? No. No, that was actually a pencil sharpener. I need to do some more of those. I still don't have number ones yet. You guys got the prototypes, and I haven't done number ones yet. Oh, there is a little deer here. Let's go check her out. Sometimes they'll hang out. What's up, little lady? She's like, you better bring me some corn. Ugh, my tripod broke. But they'll walk up. She's like, where's the corn, dude? I'm sorry, I don't have any corn for you, girl. It's a mama, and she has 2 babies. Well, they're not babies anymore, but she's walking straight up here. Hey, girlfriend. What's up? I don't have any corn. I'm sorry. That's the mama behind her, and then there's another one. A young buck walking in behind. It's the same 3 that come in all the time. I've tried to get close enough to feed them by hand, but they don't let me get closer than like 5 yards. She is literally right here. What are you doing? What are you doing? She's like, trying to eat some corn, fool. I think I am going to go buy another bag. So we got her, and then those 2, if you can see them. I usually put the corn right before that little wood pile. We can do a little close-up here. I don't know how great this phone is zoomed in, but anyway, 7 stacks. What is going on? Did you get the package yet? Hidden numismatist, what's happening? Appreciate you guys stopping in. Listening on Bluetooth. Yes, I am doing great. I hope you're doing well. I was going to say as well, but that didn't really sound right. Hope you're doing well also. Yeah, there's a smoker. We just got an electric smoker I've been using. Cartier, what's happening? Appreciate you guys hanging out. Titan. Yep, very generous of 210 to do that. I do have some quarters and pennies if you guys want to do like a coin roll hunt instead of do like a Q&A, but I just thought I'd come on, and if anybody has any questions about anything, I'm an open book about pretty much everything. Pouring, stacking. Like I said, I'm no expert on anything, but I like to think I know what I'm doing. I don't think they're covered in ticks yet. I don't think it's quite that time of year. Although, when I was on that job yesterday, we had 2 days it was 60 degrees, and I could see buds on the trees already. I come home, and my whole back porch has pollen on it. I'm like, man, I'm not ready for that yet. I still haven't got my leaves up. Like, I am really behind on yard work. I might just take the lawnmower and chop them all up, and then aerate, and then put some seed down. Because I'm sure my grass didn't really grow anyway. I have too many trees, so it's tough to get it to grow anyhow. So I figured maybe I'll just chop the leaves up, aerate it, and put some new seed down and see what happens. Man, I tell you, I'm like hunched over trying to read. I broke my tripod, and this one is not much better. You have a new hobby? I leave 7-word comments on 7's videos. There you go. I would rack my brain trying to do that. Titan is awesome, and I love him. Says 7 stacks. No homo. I guess you can't say that these days. My bad. I didn't mean it. She is like, come on, fool. You always got the good stuff. Sometimes I'll put corn out, and I have this like apple stuff that I'll put out with it. Oh, I wonder if I have any of that. Nope, it's gone. Yeah, all my corn things are gone too. I'm sorry, sweetie. Today is a cleaning day. Got lots to clean up. There you go, Cartier. You know what I need to do? I need to go through all my clothes. I have probably 20 years worth of clothes. Actually, you know what? I could probably even say 30 years of clothes. And if I can still wear them, I still have them. And it's ridiculous because out of all the clothes I have, I probably wear 5% of it. So I'm gonna go through it and call the place. I forgot who we call them to come get it. And then, give to people less fortunate. It's not the Salvation Army. One of those places that brings the truck and they'll pick everything up. You put it in boxes and they'll come pick it up and give it to people that need it. I think it's the same place. Like in Maryland, we have those yellow boxes that you can just take stuff and put it in there. I'd fill up one of those things probably. But yeah, we just got talking about the smoker, we just got an electric smoker. I did ribs, and the ribs were awesome. And then I tried to do we had a slab of beef. I don't even know what cut it was. It was just in a bag. And I tried to kind of do it like a brisket because they say it's like a poor man's brisket. And it was okay when I had it the first day, but we only ate a few slices off of it because I also did chicken. The chicken was awesome, but that piece the next day, I couldn't do it. I already kind of cooked it too long. And you're supposed to let it set for hours and just, Actually, I probably didn't cook it long enough. But it might have been too high trying to do the chicken. It's like 225. Yeah, that's what they're saying. Feed me. What are you doing, fool? No, yeah, it's not Goodwill. It's like 2 letters, something and something, that we write on it, I think. I don't know. Got to clean pores. Oh, yeah, I hear that. Rather clean house. Oh, yeah. Clean pores sucks. Well, I guess they're gone. Let's back up here. At least let you guys look at something here. Invisible River Ranch, long time no see. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, definitely tax deduction. I don't think we don't really get a receipt though. I think for that I might have to take it. Well, they never ask for a receipt anyway. I think in Maryland you only get like $200 that you can claim. It's not much. Unless you get a receipt maybe, I don't know. We always give something away, so usually I'll claim whatever that is. But like I need to do a deep clean. I need to purge. That's the right word. I need to purge. Because I have a full half a closet, probably more than half the closet, full of my clothes. Then I have a full dresser. Then I have just clothes kind of stacked up on top of the shelf, and it's just ridiculous. And downstairs I have a whole closet full of coats that I never wear. Local church. Yeah. They might have something to do with the church. I don't know. I'm not usually the one that deals with them. Still doing? Screw Maryland. I hear that. I mean, I love Maryland. Don't get me wrong, but it's crazy because we have 6% tax on goods, but if you go to Delaware, it's 0. Like I always say, though, for years I've been saying, you know, I wish they would just put a bigger tax on the things you buy and wipe out income tax. That way, I'm paying taxes on the things that I want to buy, and if I don't want to pay taxes, I don't buy anything. I think that'd be a way better way to go about it. I'm really not trying to get into all that, though. Costa Rica, what's going on? So yeah, when I did this, I had a bunch of stuff to melt down, and so I tried to pour a couple of these long bars because with the 2 auto furnace, it comes with this, and I'd never tried to do any kind of long bars before, and I figured if nothing else, it'll be easy to stick down into the furnace, into the crucible. But I did this. I kind of halfway cleaned it up. I need to make this a little bit more rounded right here, kind of square it out on me. This one turned out pretty good, but it's really dirty. It needs to be cleaned up. But I'm going to stamp capital currency on it. I haven't done anything like that, and I think that'll be cool. And here was one where a little bit dripped out, but I didn't get the rest of it. And it just made a cool little... It kind of reminds me of something, but I can't put my finger on it. It looks like some kind of design. But I might clean that up and see what I can do with it too. When it comes to silver, I don't have any shot, but I have these 2 sprues. So I'll be melting down some, I got a couple 5-ounce quarter rounds. I'll probably melt down 2 of those. That'll give me 10 ounces. I got a few eagles laying around. And then just some regular rounds. Man, I wish I hadn't sold that. I sold a couple tubes that I got from J.M. Boyan years ago, and I really regret doing that. I probably sold 100 ounces in rounds that I could have been melting down this whole time. But I wasn't back to YouTube yet and doing anything on here, so, you know, and I had to make ends meet. I mean, that's why we stack. So I had to dip into the stack, but I wish I just sold more of the collector's pieces. Like I sold the 2021 Morgan and then the Peace Dollar, the 6-coin set. I sold that for $1,100, and then I just went to sell them the one that I kept for myself because I was going to save one. I sold that to them for I think they gave me 9, so I lost a little bit on that. And stuff has come down a little bit, which kind of sucks. I wish I just sold both. That'd have been $2,200 for 12 coins. I mean, I still made money because I think they only cost, what, $80, maybe 85. And then I had that Liberty, I think it was the 2021 Liberty with the horse and it's bucking off the saddle. Paid $2,700 for that one. And shoot, man, I sold that way too cheap as well. I mean, I made $5,000, but I also sold a gold, was it? A maple, along with a few other things too. So I lost my ass on that deal, but I needed the money, you know. I wasn't back to YouTube yet, so I didn't try to offer it to anybody on here because I still needed to make my comeback. 13% food tax, wow. In Maryland, we didn't used to have food tax, but they pretty much tax everything now. I remember when I was a kid, there was no tax on food. 7, do you remember that? I feel like that's right. In Florida, you buy anything anywhere in the world, you pay Florida sales tax on it. Well, yeah, that's like if I go and buy a car in Delaware, there's no taxes on buying it. But when I bring it to Maryland, if I tag it in Maryland, they charge the tax. Where is this mouse, man? This sucker is like right here, and I can't see it. Probably trying to eat my shit. You remember that? It's like making biscuits. Well, that's what Invisible River Ranch. I'd rather it be that way. Let me make the decision on what I pay taxes on. Don't just straight take it from me before I even get to have it. I'd much rather that be the thing. If I don't feel like paying taxes this year, I just won't buy nothing. That might be kind of where we're going anyway. If he's trying to get rid of income tax, that's, the way, I mean, we were like that back in the early 1900s. And we were probably richer than we've ever been. But we'll see what happens. It's either going to be really good or it's going to be really bad. I haven't decided yet. Florida just charged you $150 on a car title since I got it in Arizona. Oh, we got an Arizona license, yeah. That makes sense. The property tax is pretty expensive in Maryland. I feel like by the time we get $1, after all the taxes, what are we getting? Like 40 cents? After it's taxed 3 times? From the time we earn it to the time we spend it. Yeah, I'm glad I got paid in cash the other day. That was kind of cool. I haven't been paid cash for doing any kind of work like that in a long time. He got mad at you? Well, if you guys want to do anything, I can go upstairs. I can show you some molds that I have, and you can tell me if it's something that you'd be interested in picking up. I'm kind of like on the fence about a lot of things of what I should pour next. I did that peace sign, which I thought people would be into, but I still have that. If anybody's interested, I'll probably let that go for $70. Buy it now. If anybody remembers it, and I can show you if you want to see it. It was actually 2 pieces that I cut the back of the peace sign off because it was 4 Crocs. I cut that off and then glued it to a 1-ounce copper round. I think it's cool. And I thought that would be cool because, when I first started in 2020, I used to sign the back of the stickers with that little peace sign. It was like a hand peace sign, so it looks like a hand giving a peace sign. But nobody ever knew what it was, and I thought it was pretty funny because I never really explained it. People would post videos showing whatever I sent to them, and they're like, oh, and there's this little design. I don't know what that means, but cool. So yeah, I'm going to break this wire down. Should I make a video about breaking the wire down? Because I have one of those things I bought. It's cheap. It's like just a little piece of metal that's about that long, and it has, 6 different holes in it for different size wire. But that's all it is. It's just a little tiny piece of metal. So trying to hold that and pull wire through it is a pain in the butt. So I'm going to make something out of wood that it can sit in, that holds it on the top and the bottom. And then I can screw that down to something, and then I can just pull it right through. I should invest in one of those ones where you can just hook a screw gun up to it. That'd be cool. They have them on TikTok too. They're not even that expensive. I need to find one where they'll send you a sample and then I can make a video about it and they'll send it to me for free. I've only done that one other time though. Doug Harding, what's going on? Got the last package? Now you got 5 CC pours? Hell yeah, appreciate that. And 1 copper pour, nice. I appreciate your support, it means a lot. I think 7 Stacks probably has more than anybody else. How many do you have now, 7? It's got to be in the 20s. If not, it's pretty close. You can find that video where she shows all of my pours. Not the newer ones, but I guess you made that like a month ago. and she had all my pours sitting out on the table, made a video about it. And I'm pretty sure you can find that in one of my playlists called My Pours in the Community. So if anybody has a video of a pour, of them unboxing it or just showing it or whatever, let me know, because I'll put that in the playlist. I have so many pours out there, and I think I only have, it's probably not even 10 videos in that playlist. I got a bunch of shorts. I took a quick little video, a 1-minute video of the pieces before they went out. And actually, a lot of the pieces that I had sold at the last auction, I made a quick little video about those too, so I could show them and have some kind of content out of it, because once it's gone, I started to think, man, I've been getting rid of a lot of my stack, and I can't make videos from any of that stuff anymore, so I made a couple short videos of some of that stuff. And I'm not talking about it, I'm just showing it, and flipping it over, showing the front and back, and then usually having some kind of rock music or something playing. Although the last one I think I did Halsey, which is not rock music. But that song is just really catchy. So, and for those that post videos, you can go through and you can, I think it's on YouTube. I know on TikTok you can do it. You can go to music and type in like popular, or click on popular, and whatever's popular, whatever has the most videos with that song, it'll pop up. And then that stuff always gets pushed a little bit better. But they don't push my stuff on TikTok very much. I'm so sporadic in when I actually post on there, so that's why I've been trying to make little short videos, post them here and there. Clapper won't even let me post anymore. I don't know what happened there. And X, I've been posting stuff on X, but man, I think I have 16 followers over there, so that's rough. I think I have 1 like on everything, and it's my like. I liked my own thing. It's hard out here. Seven Stack says, I have to check, but it continues to grow. Well, I appreciate that. I really do. I appreciate all you guys. Titan, you two are probably my biggest supporters. Titan, you got your package, right? You noticed? Yeah, I was wondering if you were going to stop by. And if anybody sees any of the videos, man, do me a huge favor. And you guys already support enough, and I do appreciate it. But if you could leave a comment, it really helps with the algorithm. Like, hit the like button, leave a comment. I don't ask for that anymore. I used to put that in the beginning and the end of every video, but I quit doing that because I figured I'll just let people, even though I feel like reminding people kind of makes it happen more. But I just didn't want to beg for that. Kind of like I'm doing now. Kind of doing it anyway. But it definitely helps. It's algorithm food. It's weird. I'll post one thing and it'll be like 500 views on it, and then the next one's like 40. And we're over 2,000 subscribers now. You'd think, I mean, I see people with way less and get tons more comments. And I'm like, man. Actually, you know what? I was looking at all the info when you go in the studio. And if you look at my first two, or it was about 1.5 years I was on YouTube, and the comments were up pretty high. And then I took that break and there's pretty much nothing. And then when I came back, it went back up, but it's about half. It might not even be a half of the comments I used to get. So we definitely got a lot of growing to do. I knew that was going to happen, but just saying, if you think about it, I would definitely appreciate it. No pressure. I'm just saying. Oh, Titan, I thought you sent me a text saying that it was going to be there tomorrow. I've been working my ass off the past 3 days, so I haven't really even been on my phone. Doing some heating and air conditioning, learning a new trade. But check it out. Both units, all 4 units actually. I got all this wire, so I'm going to strip all that and make a pour with it. I could have took the like 1/4 inch and 3/4 inch copper tubes, but oil runs through that. And I got a bag a long time ago from Pirate, I think it was, and it was just a bunch of chopped up copper, but it was real oily. And when I tried to melt it, there was so much slag in there, it just basically ruined the crucible. And I never tried to melt any more of that stuff down. And I think that would probably have done the same thing. Even though I was thinking if I take a tube and I cut it straight, I could probably clean it out. But I left it. It wasn't that much, so I just kind of left it. And do a ping test. Man, I got a pinger, a pocket pinger. I still have yet to make a video on it, and I got that thing like 3 years ago when they first came out. I got like 4 of them. I think I've given 2 away. I have 1 left. It's still in the package, and then 1 that I can use. But I haven't bought anything new in a long time. And everything I buy is usually from online dealers anyway. If it's something that I melt, it's always from an online dealer. I don't ever melt anything that I've got from somebody in the community. Although, I can test it and all that, but I try to only do things that I know where they came from and that they were all tested. Text was sent on Monday. Okay. Sorry about that. I get a bunch of texts from like online dealers trying to show me deals. And so sometimes I just don't notice my text for a while. I took such a break from life that I just don't talk to people like I used to. So I don't get texts a whole lot, to be honest. But we're getting back out into the world. I feel really good, man, especially getting out and working outside and not just working here. I think that was really good for me. Even at Tuesday, after doing that whole attic work and having to take both units apart, one to get it down, the other one had to break apart to get it up, and then we had to put it back together and then tape everything all up. And it was so hot up there. That was rough. Climbing up in there, all hunched over. When you got in the middle, though, where the unit was, I could stand up, but trying to stand up on 2 2x4s. I asked him, I said, have you ever fallen through a roof? He said, yeah, once, into a kid's closet, and it scared the crap out of him. I was like, damn. Because they're supposed to have, I think it's 36 inches for you to get up there and work on that stuff. And they only had like, not even 2 foot. It was probably 1.5 feet. So he's there doing the stuff that he had to do, and I'm trying to watch and learn. So I had to stand on these 2 2x4s, trying not to fall through the ceiling. But we did good. And we had to take everything, all the old stuff, we were taking it to recycling. And they only give you money for the metal. So he doesn't get anything extra for the wire, so I just clipped them all out. Soak it in acetone. I should do acetone. I don't know if I have any acetone. I have to order some of that. I bet you they probably have that at the hardware store, I would imagine. It might be a good idea because I have a whole bag of that stuff. If I can find it, I'll show you. Oh, don't do it. Yeah, I don't know what happened to it. Ugh. Man, you're old when you bend over and you're like, ugh, to get back up. Well, here's something I found the other day. This is my first attempt at aluminum. Look how big that thing is. It barely fits in my furnace. Look at that. Just a bunch of slag. Now, it did pour out some of the good stuff, you can see. But that's what was stuck in there. So I might try to melt this back down and try to get some of that stuff out. And then maybe do some more aluminum with this. But like I was saying, it's hard to get in and out of the furnace because you only have like a 1/2 inch to grab onto it. It always makes me nervous. But you'll have to get some acetone. Perplexed mind. What's going on? Hey, hey. Winter sucks. Dude, this mouse is going off. Get out of there. Little bastard. I get mice to get up in the shed, and then usually in the spring, I'll find a snake trying to either get out of the shed or in the shed. There's probably a snake in the attic of the shed right now, hibernating. I've come across that before. It scared the living daylights out of me. It was a piece of metal, like a big round piece of metal, and there was something in it. And then when I pulled it out, there's a freaking snake curled up in the bottom. I was like, ah! I'm not really afraid of snakes, but when you're not expecting it, like when I find them in here, I'll catch them. And I'll just grab them behind the neck, let it curl around my arm, and then I'll just walk it way back in the woods and drop it off somewhere. Usually every spring I find at least one pretty close to my house, because obviously there's woods right behind me. But I'll walk them suckers as far back as I can. Actually, last night, something was behind my neighbor's shed, and I got the flashlight, and it was a fox running around. There's a fox. He's always trying to get these rabbits. I got a couple rabbits that live around here. Like probably 3 or 4 of them. So that fox is always creeping through here at night, trying to get him some food. Pro tip, take a 2x2 foot piece of plywood with you. It's good for standing, kneeling, and sitting. Yeah. That would have been probably nice to have. We also had to level out the unit. They were a little bit crooked, so we're sitting there piling rocks up underneath of it, because it's like a plastic, like 3x3 piece of plastic that you put down, and you put the unit on top of that. But it was really off. Both of them we had to kind of adjust. With all kinds of rocks and everything underneath of it. We got it though. It's kind of cool, like HVAC, because you do a little bit of plumbing, a little bit of electricity, and obviously heating and air conditioning. So I'm pretty excited to learn this trade, especially if I can go get the apprentice license. I might try to do that soon. And I think you got to go 4 years before you can get to the next step, and it's another 4 or 5 years to get to a master. I don't know if I'd ever need to be a master, but we'll see. This could be the start of something brand new. Oh, I do have some Dawn. Yeah, I have some Dawn because there was something else I had to clean up. So I specifically bought Dawn, and I don't use it to clean dishes. I have it just downstairs separate from that because I don't want to use it for that unless I absolutely have to. I forgot what the hell I was doing with it. I was trying to clean up some kind of pour or something. It had something to do with pouring. I don't think it was an actual piece I was trying to clean, but there was something I had to soak it in that. It was quite a few months ago. I really don't remember now. But so nobody has any questions for me about anything? About pouring, stacking, collecting, life, whatever. I don't care. Like I've always said, I'm an open book. And I'm probably one of the most honest people on YouTube. I'll tell it like it is. So feel free. But yeah, they were using Dawn. It cuts down oil and grease. Yeah, remember Titan? Remember when they had that oil spill and all those ducks and geese had oil all over them? That's what they were cleaning them with. Dawn dish detergent. So it definitely works on cutting down grease and oil. I wish I could find that bag, man. It's gotta be around here somewhere. I wonder if I put it back inside. Does anybody else have a shed where you go to try to find something that you haven't found in a while, and then you find like 8 or 10 things that you didn't even remember that you had? That happens to me at least once a week. I'm like, oh shit, I forgot I even had that. I'm sitting here looking at a pulley right now, 2 pulleys I didn't even remember I had. So yeah, when it comes to pouring, you can either do, I call this the cup and torch method, where you just stick the silver in there, take a torch to it. I use 2 torches. One is MAP gas. I used to use 2 MAP gases, but I went from 1 MAP gas to 1 propane because these are a heck of a lot cheaper. And actually, I got a bunch of these that are empty. I always save them because I was thinking one day it'd be cool if I could try to figure out a way to fill them up. Well, on TikTok, they're selling these things all over the place where you put it onto your big propane tank, flip it upside down, and then you hook these up to it and it refills them. So I'm gonna definitely do that. I have 4 propane tanks. I just filled up 3 of them. And by the way, if anybody uses propane for anything and it starts to get kind of like where it doesn't get as hot, because with my furnace, my gas furnace, I can usually get it above 4. Well, I've been having issues with one where it won't really get above 3. And then I had this other one when it was half empty. It started to get down to around 3 again, and it just wouldn't get any higher. But I had plenty of propane. You got to purge the tanks. And this woman that was there was telling me about it one day, and I was like, yeah, I should probably do that. So she hooks it up and then opens up the little valve until it starts to spit gas out, and it gets all that extra air out of there. And I think that was my problem, because they all seem to be working good now. Because they're older tanks, but seems like they're all on point right now. Of course, I've only tried to use one of them, but I think that was the one that had issues. Herman, what's going on? Howdy. Hope you're doing well. You working on any pours today? Yeah, I'm sure I probably can. You know what I like about TikTok is it's usually half the price, at least, that you can find it anywhere else. And I think everything's so cheap on TikTok right now because they're not sure if it's going to get pulled down. So these people that have a bunch of stock and that's where they're used to selling, I think they're trying to get rid of a lot of things. There are so many great deals you can find on TikTok right now, on the TikTok shop. B. Taylor, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Hope you're doing well. Not really pouring a whole lot today. Just thought I'd stop in and see if anybody has any questions about anything. If you guys want to get into anything, we can go inside or just hang out here and shoot the shit, as they say. I could try to clean these little pieces up just to see what they look like. That's kind of boring though, to watch somebody just sit with a Dremel tool and clean something up. I don't really do a whole lot of videos of the cleanup process. Sometimes I did one live stream when I was stamping, but something about people watching you when you're trying to stamp, it just doesn't turn out as good. It's better for me when I don't feel like somebody's watching. Your electric furnace started Herman says my electric furnace started acting up. I think it's the heating element. Yeah, it could be. Heating element. Oh, an electric furnace, yeah. That's usually what happens. This 2 auto, I've only poured probably 10 ounces of silver and maybe 10 ounces of copper through it. And the gas furnace, I had to redo it with refractory cement. Everything was cracking up so bad, and then it was starting to burn out the lid a little bit. So I put some more of the little white stuff up in there. I can never remember what the hell that's called. The fire retardant stuff. I cut a little 1-inch piece by like 4 inches and stuffed it up in there and then painted the refractory cement all over it. And of course, it's still cracked all over the place. I don't think, whatever the Devil's Forge comes with, that's the good stuff. And I think I even tried to go to Devil's Forge to see if they had it, but I just, went on Amazon and bought the cheap stuff for $20 and kind of immediately regretted it. I mean, even with the double forge, it still cracked a little bit, like on that first use, but not like it did this time. I can show you guys if you want. I got to take the little cover off of it. Started to drop temp instead of heating up. Yeah, that's not good. So 3D Woodworks, he got one for himself and got one for me. And so this one, like I said, I've used it a few times, but he used his like twice and the heating element went up on it. They ended up sending him a new one out. So if it's under a warranty, you know, I'm thinking, I don't know if I ever registered this for a warranty. Crap. I'm going to have to see if it's too late to do that. Dang it. It's been a couple months now. I mean, at least you don't have to buy a whole new furnace. I don't know if you guys were here when I bought an electric furnace, a real cheap version. I think it was like 170 bucks. Just to see, because I wanted to try using electric. And on the top right there, there was a crack that went all the way through it. The first use. So I ended up getting my money back for that one. But yeah, you got the cup method, then you have the electric method, and then you have the gas method. And the crucibles are different. And you can see this crucible here. This is the one I've been using for copper. So that's for this type of furnace, for electric. And then for gas, I use salamanders. This one has had a ton through it, like hundreds of ounces. Those up there, they only last, they say 8 hours, which I think is ridiculous. But they're not as expensive. But this one right here, I've taken hundreds of ounces in silver through this, probably 200 ounces at least. This is what they look like, a little bit newer, but copper always kind of ruins things faster. But this is my copper one. But when I buy the regular ones, that's what they look like. Pretty quick. And by the way, if you get a 2-auto furnace, do not use these 1 kilogram crucibles. They suck. That one has a bunch of stuff in the bottom of it because I couldn't get it hot enough to pour out. I was trying to do some aluminum because I'd never done aluminum before other than once. I think I melted down a bunch of cans, and you can see that big crucible I showed earlier has half of that still in it. But what 3D Woodworks sent me, it's supposed to be a lot better, and it pours good. I really threw myself off there. What the hell was I talking about? Oh, the 1 kilogram crucibles, man. The 2s are okay, I think. But the 3s are the way to go. The problem is they're so long. By the time you get to pouring it out, sometimes it likes to shoot out, especially if you only have a little bit. But yeah, those 1 kilogram crucibles, I left it on for over an hour with some silver in it, and it would not melt it. So then I took it and put it into the gas furnace just to kind of melt it, and then it warped the crucible. So now I can't even use it anyway. So I suggest just don't even, if you can buy a furnace without the 1 kilogram and maybe get 2 of the 3s, or maybe a 3 and a 2, if that's an option, I would go with that. But yeah, these crucibles for the electric furnace, they're only like $22, I think. So they are cheaper. Those salamanders, I want to say, are probably like 60 bucks. But, you know, you're going to go through 3 of those for the same price way before you're going to have to change out that salamander for gas. And the gas heats up faster. 8 to 10 minutes, I'm ready to pour from cold. So I do like the gas furnace. But when it's raining outside, I can't use gas. So this is amazing for that. Like, that's why I really like the 2-auto. And to be honest, the old 2-autos, people were telling me it took like 40 minutes for silver to melt. With this one, man, it's not even 20 minutes. Once I get it up to temperature, usually I try to get it to about 600 or 700, and then I'll put the silver in it, and then just let it get up to temp. Once it gets up to temp, man, usually about 15 minutes later, it's melted and ready to go. Copper takes a little bit longer, but it does in a gas furnace too, because it's got to be a lot hotter. Copper is 1,083 degrees Celsius. Pretty close to gold. And then silver is 961 Celsius, because this thing is set up for Celsius. But yeah, man, you're probably gonna need to get a new element. I hear they're pretty easy to change out, so that's good. And they're not like crazy expensive. It's not like buying a new one. I think these are $340 for a new one. Although if you have an old one, Herman, I mean, I feel like, do you have this version? Because this one, I will say, I don't have the old one, but from what I see people do, this one is way better. Silver Oceans had an old one, and then he got this, and he said this one was way better. So there is that. He's got a video on that. But yeah, it might be just time to upgrade. It is pretty awesome. Well, if you have 3 old ones and one needs a heating element, I mean, if you can afford it, I would get one of these. Like I said, though, sometimes you might get a bad one, but that's with everything. You know, it's just 3D just got a bad one, I guess. But they did send him a brand new one out, so, and it got there within like 2 days, so they do take care of their customers. I tried to reach out to them before I came back to YouTube, telling them that, you know, I have a YouTube channel, and on all the platforms I have, you know, a certain amount of followers, and I'm about to get back into making videos and pouring. And if you guys want to send me one, I would love to review it and use it in my videos. And they looked at my videos and said, well, you haven't posted anything in a while. It's been like a year or a year and a half since you posted anything. So unfortunately, we can't do anything. But I would reach out to 2 Auto, especially if you're already using one. Go to their website and get that email and tell them that you would love to make a video of their furnace, and they'll probably send you one. They've been doing it with people that don't even pour hardly. Pirate Stacker got one, he never poured. So as long as you're posting videos and you got people watching them, there's a good chance they'll send you one. Yeah, 2 years seems pretty good. 35 minutes. Yeah, man. They're, I don't know if it's called a coil or just, I'm not sure what the parts are, to be honest. I've never opened that book and just determined what was what. Is the heating element, is that the thing that goes around it all the way up? Or is that a coil? And then the heating element is down below. I think it's 2 different things. I know how to fix small engines. Any kind of nail guns, things like that, I can repair with my eyes closed. But when it comes to cars and anything else, I don't know jack. I'll be honest. Yeah, that'd be good, Herman. Tell them, go to 2 Auto. Is it 2 Auto that you have? I think it's 2 Auto. Tell them that you have an element that went bad and you would love to make a video replacing it. And I guarantee you they'll send you one. Especially if you can do like an affiliate link in the video. Then they'll really probably want to do it. I need to look into all that stuff. I've never done any kind of affiliate stuff other than on TikTok, and I only did that once. And that was with NeuroGum. By the way, NeuroGum is freaking awesome. Don't get the mints. The mints suck. But the gum is freaking awesome. It's like drinking an energy drink, but without the jitters, without the come down. Like, you don't just all of a sudden feel tired. You just have energy, and you're just more focused. It really does work. I need to get some more. Yeah, that's definitely what I would do. And tell them, hey, if you want to send me a new one, I'll make a video about that. Tell them I pour on YouTube all the time. And if you're on other platforms too. I feel like how many subscribers do you have? You got a pretty good amount of subscribers, right? Yeah, they might. Herman, they probably will. I guarantee they will. With all the stuff you've done, all they got to do is go back and look through your videos and check out your live streams. And I don't know if you've always been doing that, because I'm kind of new to your channel, but I know you've been on there a couple times, pouring and hanging out and whatever. And I'm sure they would love to have their furnace sitting there, especially the new one, because that makes, especially if you say, wow, this is way better than the old one, it's going to make more people want it. And they're all about that. Close to 700 subs. That's not bad. Giving a gram away. Nice. Herman, do you have anything that you would want me to repost? I'll repost something for you, and we'll try to get you some more subs. Not that that necessarily works when I do it. There's not a lot of people that usually see my community posts, but I'll definitely post something for you. I'll try to get you there. Silver Spurs, what's happening? But hell yeah, I'll post something and just say, man, we get him to 1,000, he's gonna give away a gram of gold. A lot of times, if you just type in free gold, you know, put that in the description, they'll try to push it a little bit more. But with community posts, I think that's a whole different thing. I think the people that are subscribed to you are the only ones that see your community posts, if I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong about that, but yeah, I want to start doing that for people. So if there's anybody in here right now, if you want me to do something for you, do a community post of other channels. I want to start trying to be supportive of everybody that's supportive to me. So I do one for 3D and for 7 Stacks, and you know, granted, it's not like it got a whole lot of likes and comments or anything like that, but you can't really see how many people viewed it. So maybe some people saw it. It can't hurt. That's my point. It can't hurt. Do you do that, Herman? Do you do that every Friday? Drop your link too, just in case there's somebody in here that doesn't have your link. Make sure you check out Herman tomorrow at 10:30 Central Time. So what is that, 9:30 for me? Or 11:30. I'm dyslexic, man. It's a struggle sometimes. I'm not gonna lie. Every other Friday, okay. And I wish I could pick something up. I might try to get some silver. The only way I can really pay for it is with my credit card, though. I do have a little bit of cash, but I only have like $100 in my PayPal, $107. So I can't do anything through PayPal. I guess I could put some cash in the bank and then switch it over. But I still got a pretty good amount of stuff to melt. I could probably get through another couple auctions, maybe 2 auctions, with having a few pieces. The auctions aren't going to be as big as they have been. There's going to be probably minimal pieces. But I'm going to, I meant to mention that when I first came on. I'm going to have an auction the last Friday of the month, which I think is the 28th. So that'll be the next auction. No matter what, whatever I can get done by the end of the month, I'm going to have another auction. The Friday before. And I think the end of the 31st, I think, is a Tuesday. So hopefully by the end of the month, everything will be shipped out and ready to go, if anybody wants to pick up anything. The only thing I have left over from the last one was that peace sign. It's about 1.5 ounces. It's a round with a peace sign kind of popping out. Talk about high relief. It's probably a 1/4 inch high relief. Maybe 3/8. There you go. Everybody check out Herman if you haven't already. And I feel like I've heard that you have some good deals over there at the shop, right? I still haven't made it over there yet, but if I think about it in the morning, I'll try to stop by. Like I said, I can't afford to buy anything, but at least I could be there and hang out. There you go. Thank you, B. Taylor. I'm all about supporting others. If anybody wants to drop a link, please feel free. I went to Couch Collectibles one time and I didn't even post anything because I couldn't. I just tried to tell him about a giveaway I was doing because I wanted him to get into it. And he said, no, Capital Currency, we don't do that here. And I was like, huh? I just wanted you to get into my giveaway, bud. No, we don't try to do that over here. You can't come in here trying to promote your stuff. And I was like, okay. So I vowed that day I'll never be that guy. Yeah, we got the greatest community on YouTube, but there is some bad apples. I am not one of them, and I never will be. I promise that. But yeah, I got some of those long propane tanks too. Like I said, I'm always finding stuff I forgot I had. This one's empty. I'd like to get that thing and fill this up. I think it was like 15 bucks for that attachment. Fill all these bad boys up. I mean, shoot, I think it only cost me like 15 bucks to fill up a 5-gallon propane. For 15 bucks, I could probably buy 2 of those little ones. No, probably 3. I think they're like 5 bucks. What is silver today? Anybody know? I think it was like, was it 33 yesterday? Like I said, I haven't really been paying attention a whole lot this past week, but I know it went up to a high, but I'm not sure if it fell back down or not. When it fell down to 28 after it hit 30, I really regret not buying like 100 ounces a shot, or at least 50 ounces a shot. And I just don't have the money for it now, so I'm trying to keep this thing going, but it's getting hard to do. I'm gonna do my best, but we'll see what happens. 33.79. Holy crap, man. 34. It's gonna be like 34.50 probably at the cheapest to buy a shot. Probably more like 34.75. And that's if you can get a good deal. I'm thinking about going to my LCS because he bought some silver for me at one point, and I'd never really bought there before. I just sold to them. And at one point he was trying to buy $2 back, but he had already bought $1 back from before. And he told me, well, we only sell it for spot price. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to go in there and I'm going to test him and see if he does sell it to me for spot price. Maybe sell me that tube I sold you a year ago. I'm sure they don't still have it anymore, but I only made $25 an ounce for that. Oh, God. The regrets. Why? Shoot, I sold a tube of 20 rounds. Buffalo rounds, I think it was. No, it was the Aztecs. For like $22 each. Gave him a really good deal. Under spot at the time. And I have not seen that dude since. I'm not going to say his name, but he used to be one of my biggest supporters. He bought a bunch of stuff from me, and I ain't never seen him again. That's so weird. I don't know if I did something to piss him off or what. Anyway, that's me being too honest again. Shut up, Cap. Yeah, the Aztecs, man. I bought 50 Aztecs about 3 years ago because I couldn't find shot cheaper than the Aztecs. They had I think it was SD Boyan had like a really good deal on Aztecs where it was like a little bit over spot if you bought a tube. And it was cheaper than I could get shot at the time. So I bought 50 Aztecs. There's a video in the way back where I was unboxing it, talking about, yeah, I bought these to melt them. And everybody was like, no, you can't melt Aztecs. I still have one left. And I'm going to put it in this cup. And I'm going to melt it down with like a sinister laugh. I keep talking about doing that, and I still haven't done it yet. Just sitting here melting it down. You know, pissing people off. I did that, you know, we had a live stream. I was making some shot, and I was melting down some things. And I kind of did that and then posted a short of it. And people were still like, oh, my God, I can't believe you did that. Sitting here touching a 10-ounce bar with my hands. There's somebody out there like, no. Because I'm like that. I do not touch my silver. As soon as I get silver and it's in those little flip things, those little plastic flips, I'll take it out of there and I will put it into a capsule. Every single piece I've ever owned. And of course, because I've been melting some stuff down, now I have like 50 capsules that are basically like new. I thought about maybe putting a bunch of that stuff together and putting it in the auction, because at this point I don't need it. I have a couple of those 5-ounce quarter rounds that I melted down, so I don't need the capsule anymore. 10-ounce bars, I had 10 of those, and all those got melted down. Some 5-ounce bars, I had 2 of those. And then the 1-ounce bars, I put everything in capsules, unless it's too big to fit in a capsule. Like that Besker bar, that wouldn't fit in the capsule. And then those, I just did a couple shorts of the pieces I sold. The Bendix Air Races and the Concorde, they have planes on it from the Hamilton Mint from like the 70s. Toned up, awesome. I had to make videos of those because I knew I was never going to touch them again. So I'm like, man, let me make a video real quick before I let these go and never see them again. But yeah, I still got to post. I got probably 10 more of those from the things I sold that I made shorts out of. And it's just going to be me showing it front and back with some kind of good music in the background. I'm not talking or anything. And then I have all the pours that I sold in the last auction where I'm showing it. Usually I'm trying to thank the person that bought it and then showing the front and back, and then the COA is usually in the background, and I just talk about what it is. Try to make it a minute long. I'm trying to post a video every day, whether it be a short or a live stream or something. I'm trying to post something every single day. And if you come across any of those and you feel so inclined, I would definitely appreciate a comment. Doesn't have to be much. Could be one word, I don't care. But if you put something down there, it definitely helps me with the algorithm, and I would appreciate it. I don't want to sound like a broken record. I've said that a couple times now. But man, if you looked at my analytics from when I first started YouTube for that year and a half to where it is now, I think it's like a third of the comments I used to get. So we've got some work to do. But we'll get there. Gold Semi Farmer, come on, son. What's up? Just chilling. I thought I would hop on today and see if anybody wants to, anybody had any questions about pouring or stacking or anything, you know. I'm not really pouring much today. I don't know if anybody knows what gout is, but it sucks. All my joints, the fluid in my hands and my knuckles and in my toes, where my toe meets my foot, those joints right now are kind of crystallized. And it hurts. So I just said, I'm going to take the day off. Maybe I'll pop one tomorrow, because it only usually lasts a day. But my diet's been a little bit too, or my body anyway, is a little too acidic instead of alkaline. For me, it's like the best place for my body is to be right in the middle. And I'm definitely too acidic right now, because it happens every time. I've had a pretty good control on it lately, but yeah. And I'm wondering if it has to do with ice cream, because I've been eating ice cream like every night for dessert. I don't usually do that, but... And let me tell you about ice cream. I bought a freaking gallon of ice cream. Vanilla ice cream. A gallon of it. And it lasted like 3 days. Now, my daughter had some too, but man, I pretty much ate most of that. I can't be doing that no more. That's probably why I'm hurting. "45 minutes, and I jump on the road and drive 4 hours south to my property. Gonna be a long day." You know, I love long drives like that, because that's where I do my best thinking about life. Put on some good music and just kind of zone out. A lot of times I don't even remember the drive. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but when I got like a lot going on in life, I'll just take a drive and just drive around, and I'm not going anywhere or doing anything. I'm just driving, because it helps me think. Helps me get my thoughts in the right order, if that makes any sense. But yeah, long drives for 4 hours does kind of get old, I guess. But anyway, that's a little side note for me. Yeah, I mean, I guess it was a gallon. I'm pretty sure it was a gallon. It's one of those big buckets. I don't have it. It's upstairs, but I kept the bucket because I want to use it for something. But yeah, it's one of those big buckets, like the biggest thing of ice cream you can buy. And it lasted 3 days. Now, I want to be 100% honest here. I eat way too much ice cream. When I do get ice cream, I get a big bowl and I make it to where it's like overflowing because I put it in the microwave. Because I like my ice cream like soft serve. So I'll put it in the microwave, it melts down. So I always end up putting too much. I got some ice cream right now, and then when that's gone, I'm going to be done for a while. I can't keep eating that stuff. I'm down to 205 right now. I used to be about 250 at my heaviest. I'm pretty close to my fighting weight. Eating that ice cream, I'm probably more like 208. But 200 is a good weight for me. I'm trying to get back into working out. I hurt my arm, man. A couple auctions ago, I was filing for like 3 or 4 days straight, trying to get everything ready. And that next day after that auction, because it was all the way up to that day, a freaking arm, I couldn't even lift my arm. It's been kind of bothering me ever since, but it's better now. So I've been getting back into working out, just trying to keep it light for now. But pretty soon I want to get back into lifting good, man. Trying to see those muscles pop out again. I was doing really good until I did that. I also found something the other day that I forgot I had a couple weeks ago. I found it's like little straps that you hold on to, and it's got rubber bands attached to it, and you step on the rubber band, you can do curls and presses and all that kind of stuff. I tried that for the first time. Man, I was sore for about 2 or 3 days. I think that stuff tends to work a little bit better than just lifting weights. Of course, you're doing it in a different position, so you're kind of hitting the muscles a little bit different of a way. I think that definitely has something to do with it. But yeah, God, you were a strange man. I'll never deny that. Cartier's back. No, you don't. I don't remember what I was talking about now. Crap. You just lost 50 pounds? Nice. So my daughter's 13, and I don't know if anybody's experienced this before, but as the woman gets fatter, I get fatter. She'll be, the belly will be popping out, and I'll just be, I don't know. I don't know if it was a coincidence or what, but when my daughter was about 1 year old, I was probably my heaviest. Probably close to 250 if I wasn't 250. I'm 6'1". That's kind of a big dude. And I like to be right around 200. I could probably go down to like 185, but that's too skinny. I don't want to be skinny. Rubber band man. I'm telling you, man, try it. Them things work. I only used one of them too. I used like the best or the hardest one to do, but you can hook 2 more up to it. I probably could have did that with certain things, like the curls. Like curls were almost nothing. Like it just wasn't. I'm used to curling 20 pounds on each arm, and those were not even close to that. But when I was pressing it above my head, it was perfect for that. Just to kind of get my arm working again. Because like I said, I couldn't lift my damn arm up for a little while there, for like a week. Every time I lift my arm up, it was like sharp stabbing pain all the way down my arm. A good workout can be refreshing. Yes, sir. I can't see your picture, actually. I don't know if you're a sir or not. I think you are. I can't see it. But yeah. Happy 420. Is today 420? No, it's definitely not 420, is it? What? I'm trying to even remember, like... Never mind. Incorrect wording, Cap. Uh-oh. What did I say? I done forgot already. Smoke if you got them. I do got some cigarettes. That is my vice. I still smoke cigarettes. I gave up everything else, man. And let me tell you, when it comes to addictions, I've had them all. Maybe not an addiction, but I've done all the stuff, if that makes sense. And some things I definitely did have addictions. But that's the last one, man. I'm gonna kick this one pretty soon. I got a thing of tobacco and I got a thing of tubes because I roll them myself. It makes me not really smoke too much. I try to only roll 5 a day. But at the beginning of the year, I did quit for a month. And then when I had that first one, man, it hurt. Like I could tell my lungs were healing. And I done screwed it all up. But we're going to get back there. That's the one thing I got left I got to kick. But it's been about 5 months since I've had a drop of alcohol. And my cousin the other day, too, he got a couple of those twisted teas, which I used to love drinking those in the summer. He was like, you want one? I was like, no, I'm just going to not. Nope, I don't even want one. Staying on the path. Yeah, Cardi, I'm not really pouring anything today. I might pop one tomorrow, probably around the same time, because I think it's supposed to be, oh no, it's supposed to rain. You know what's messed up? When I came out earlier, right before I went live, it was really overcast. And I never trust the weather, because every time they say it's not going to rain and I get to pouring, it starts sprinkling on me. It's happened to me like 3 times in a row. Man, wouldn't it be nice to be a weatherman and never have to be right? But I just don't trust. And it's Apple, so I don't know if it's, maybe if you got an Android, maybe it's better. But I can see the freaking sun's out right now. I could try to pour something just like a bar or a round, or I want to make some shot. I'm gonna make some shot out of this. I think we got 46 ounces here, and then a couple of sprues I need to melt down. I always clean them up. See how dirty that is? I always clean that up before I melt it. I'll get it back to looking like this before I melt it, just to try to have everything as clean as possible. Even though it's copper, and you always clean the piece up when you're done anyway. It probably doesn't need to be done, but I'm just kind of OCD about it. I like everything to be clean. Like I have a crucible for silver, I have a crucible for copper, and if I do any other thing, I got a crucible for that. I got a crucible for gold. I got that 5 grams of gold. Should I pour that 5 grams of gold? I got this. I've never used it. But I got to get it into something pretty small. So I'm kind of nervous about it. I thought about maybe this one right here because it's real small. But even that, man, it's going to be... I feel like I should get that in there. But if it comes flying out, I'm just kind of nervous about it. Then I was thinking this one might be better because it's really deep. It goes down in there pretty good. So I might try to pour into that one. But still, that's such a small hole. I feel like that should work, but that's the last bit of gold I have. And it really pisses me off too, man, because if I hadn't been going through life, layoffs and grief and all the crap I went through for the past few years, I would still have that gold. I had quite a few ounces that I could have melted down and never did. I just sold it all outright, and mostly to shops. I had 10. I wanted to have an ounce of 10th ounces. So I had 10 of those, but I just sold all those. Titan got the last one I had. By the way, did you like that Titan? That was a cool piece. I like that one a lot. I think it was a 1986 Gold Panda. That was the last one I tried to hold on to. You started drinking regularly again? Hey, man, if you can do it, to each their own. 313 a bit off. Alcohol, red meat, high blood pressure, diabetes can cause gout. Yeah. Alcohol for sure. That's the main reason why I don't drink. Because if I was to go to the store, even if I got like 2 of those 24 ounces, it's like drinking 4 beers. That would make me hurt. I would totally be hurting the next day. I'll get trigger finger. So my finger will get like, so where it's like this, and I can't go like that or like this. It's just stuck. I mean, I can do it, but it's just unbearable pain almost. I admit it, I don't deal with pain very well. Which is probably why I was on pills for so long. But I refuse to do it. Even pills will do it, man. If I took a Percocet right now, oh my gosh, I'd be dying the next day. It makes me hurt. But alcohol too. I'm glad I'm not in that stage anymore. I can tell you that much. Feels good to be over that. That's the hardest thing I ever had to do. Not drinking is easy. But yeah, Go Snipe Me Farmer for me, man. If I was to have that drink, I guarantee you I would have stopped on the way home and got something else. And then today I would have been like, well, I'm going live. I drank yesterday, so I'm getting ready to go live. Let me get a drink or two and loosen up and have some fun, you know, not overthink everything and overanalyze life. And then I get in that rut of just feeling like I need to have a drink before I do stuff, and I just don't want to be at that place anymore. I almost wish that I was the type of person that was like a raging alcoholic, because then it would be a lot easier to not drink, because I just don't want to get drunk. But I don't like to be drunk. Usually if I get drunk, I start to feel nauseous. I'm ready to go pass out. So I was really good at just getting a buzz and then just keeping that buzz going. Back when I was drinking every day, I'd drink a fifth of whiskey and an 18-pack every 2 days and was never drunk. But I had a good buzz going the whole day. I was really good at figuring that out. I'd wake up, I'd take a shot, drink a beer, and keep that going throughout the whole day. I was dealing with a lot of grief back then. But we're over all that now. Obviously, I miss the people I lost, but trying to live my life as somebody that they would be proud of. You know what I mean? One's too many and 1,000 is never enough. Oh, my glass is empty. Blood moon eclipse tonight? Uh-oh. Go Snipe Me Farmer, I think you were the one that brought up the whole planets aligning. And the moon was just not out those days. I guess that was something for the other side of the world to see. I never did see it. It was overcast too. A little bit. Like eventually I did see the moon, but I couldn't see anything else. But I think it was like 3 o'clock in the morning by the time the moon came up. 3 a.m. Yeah, I did a video of that a while back. Of the last one. It was pretty cool. I did post a short with my phone, but my phone, that was the iPhone 7, and it was terrible. I wonder if I should try to catch it tonight on this phone. It's definitely better. Got some pew-pew rounds to do. A few other things. Yeah, I'm going to be doing some pew-pew rounds. I got a 30-06 that I've done in the past, but I also have like a bunch of 9mm and 22s and 38 special. I want to pour one of each one of those. It's hard with bullets, though, because it's really hard to get the lettering on the bottom. So, have to see what happens. I do have this. I'm going to do this at some point, but I got to get a bigger flask. I got a 50. It's not a live round. It's just for show kind of thing. But I really want to pour this, but I don't have a big enough flask. I got a flask I'm going to make. As soon as I can figure out this welder, I have a brand new Lincoln 140 that I got like 6 years ago, and I still haven't used it yet because I don't really necessarily know how to use it. All I got to do is watch a YouTube video. I keep saying I'm going to go to my dad's and let him show me. Just because I'm one of those people that I like somebody to show me instead of trying to figure it out myself, because I just don't want to mess stuff up. But I do got a bunch of metal laying around I could practice with. I got some real thick, I got some like 1/2 inch steel I could probably practice with. Yes, and your nephew will like it too, right? You get a lot of stuff for your nephew. Cap, you called your 13-year-old daughter fat. Maybe say grown too fast instead. No, I was calling me fat. No, I'm saying when she was pregnant, she got bigger from a baby being in there. So, they eat more. You have to. But I ate more too. I'm the one that got fat, not her. No, my daughter's skinny as hell. Not skinny. I mean, she's perfect. LAP Coins, what's up? Yeah, I definitely wouldn't say that. That's for sure. I don't drink to that level. I just want to numb the body pain a bit. Yeah. I'm telling you, though, you get into a rhythm where you have to have it every day to numb the pain. I've been through it. And if you can just deal with that first couple months, it's so much better just not drinking. For me, everybody's different. Joseph Lopez, what's going on? Appreciate you stopping in. Had to take a call from SGT. I hope he's doing good. The moon ain't no planet. No, there was like 7 planets I think were lining up with the moon. It happened a couple weeks back, I think, but I could never see it. All last month. Oh, it was all last month. Okay. It's been cool here in Colorado, top of the mountains. Yeah, I never really did notice. I used to have an app on my phone where it tells you what all the stars are, but it's not on there. When I got this new phone, I didn't download that. I forgot what it's even called now. That's why I haven't got it, but yeah. I would show you the pieces oh, here it is. So I've got these little L brackets, right? And they were together. This thing is stuck together. What the hell? It was like this. And I cut it right down the middle so that I could weld them together like this. And then I'm going to drill a hole in the top after I get them all welded together. And then I have this, which I taped up, but I cut these out. Although I don't even know if I'm going to use this. I think what I'm going to do is just drill a hole in the top and it'll be a pretty decent sized hole. So I feel like that should be good enough. Maybe I'll do it on one side, or 2 sides. Maybe do like a little V on one side just in case. But I'm pretty good pouring with the gas furnace. I think I'll be all right. Joseph, I'll be out of the community temporarily due to me going to the hospital. I am returning back to the hospital. Well, I'll pray for you that you heal fast. I know you've been going through some stuff. Sorry to hear that, but I do hope that you get through it. SGT. Oh, he'll be in Michigan? That's cool. Yeah, I'm in Maryland. Me and 7 Stacks. That's about it. No, there's somebody else that comes in that's from Maryland. I'm trying to remember their name. I don't think they post videos, though. But, yeah, I don't know a whole lot of people. Luke McFadden is in Maryland. He sells crabs, and he's on a crab boat all the time, makes videos of that kind of stuff. That's pretty cool. I like watching him. He's a good dude. So if you're on YouTube and you like crabbing and boats and just whatever, this dude, he did a video recently where it was like a snowstorm that was starting up. And he went out to the middle of the bay. Not the middle of the bay, it was like a river off the bay. He goes out in it and goes to a duck blind and sleeps in the duck blind for a night as the snow starts at like 12, 1 o'clock at night. And he's always got some kind of issues with his boat. His boat was like trying to sink. So he had to keep bailing the boat out. Your last day will be on the 26th. Okay. Yeah, you had me thinking earlier. I was like, 420. Hold on. It's still March, isn't it? I realized now what we were talking about. Yeah, you've been dealing with that for a while, right? Well, I hope you heal up soon. You just shipped to someone in Maryland? Nice. Oh, Gold Sniping Farmer. I was going to email you. Oh, no, I was waiting to see you. That's usually what I do. If I see somebody that stops by the comment section or pops in a live, I'll remind you. But I think you won a silver quarter or something in my live stream, but you never claimed it. So if you want to claim it, that's cool. 210 had one as well, and he wanted to re-gift it. So it's up to you. We can either re-gift it, which is what I should do, because I only give everybody 24 hours. But I also want to give you the opportunity. So if you want it, let me know. And we're going to give away 210s tonight. When I get done with this live stream, we're going to give that away. But yeah, you never claimed that. It's been years? Dang, Joseph. Well, I hope you get through it, man. Yeah, in the last auction, you stopped in for a little while and you won something. I think it was a silver quarter. But if you want to re-gift it, I'll say it's from you. It's something you won and wanted to gift it. So I try to at least do that if somebody doesn't claim. So I do appreciate that. That'll be awesome. But I'll tell everybody it's something you won from me, and you wanted to re-gift it. And actually, when I give it away, I have the original number that you guessed with your name written on it, and then I'll write gifted, and then I'll have a new number on it, because that's usually how I do it. And I always give the re-gifts with the original number and the new number. But I appreciate that. I'm sure everybody else will too. Well, we didn't really have a whole lot of questions. So if anybody has a question, feel free. Anything about pouring or stacking or whatever, coin collecting. I've been in the game since 2019. Like I said before, I'm no expert on anything, but I usually have opinions. Just saying. 11 or 21. You know, it might have been 21. I don't remember. It's been just kind of sitting up there. I know that I did a 21 at one point that night. Dang. All right, Cartier, good luck. I hope everything works out for you. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, Ida's doing the St. Jude's benefit auction Saturday and Sunday. I definitely wouldn't want to do anything this weekend over top of her. Granted, I don't really see her around anymore, but just from what she's doing, I wouldn't want to step on that. But I think it's the 28th, a Friday on the 28th is when I'm going to have my next auction. So if anybody wants to pick up some cat pours, I'll have a few things done by then. I'm going to do some copper, I'm going to do some silver, and I might do a few pieces with different metal, maybe some aluminum, just to kind of see what that's about. And I think it'd be cool to do an aluminum piece, like an actual like sand cast, and see how it reacts in the sand, because I've never done that before. The only thing I ever poured here, I'll even show you. I poured these little muffins. And check this out. This is the crucible I used, the big one. I think this came with the the Devil's Forge. But look at it. I got to get all that crap out of there. So I'll probably just use a different one. But yeah, I made one of these and another one that's like half of that. Out of all that stuff that was in there. It's just a lot of slag. That's the thing with aluminum cans, man. You got to find the right kind of aluminum. Which 3D Woodwork sent me some, so I'm going to attempt that. I wish I had a big enough flask, because I really want to pour this. But I don't think this will fit in my flask. That'd be cool in copper and aluminum. I think for silver it'd be a little too big. It's probably at least 5 ounces in silver. But yeah, I got a bunch of wire to break down. I'll be doing that at some point. See what we can come up with. I might take the wire and do like a before, like, hey, I got all this wire. Let's see what we can get out of it. Break it all down, and then have a pile of the wire. And then melt it into some shot and see what we come up with. And that way I'll have shot to use. Is Ida still doing the morning shows? I remember back in 2020, 2021, I used to be in there every day, but I don't even think I get notifications for that stuff anymore. And I'm going to tell you guys, YouTube is like being my worst enemy right now. They do not want to push my videos. Sometimes the live streams will do good because I do them at the same time every Thursday, and I think that helps. But videos are always hard to get views. There's a point to that. What was I saying? Dang, I totally lost it. Never mind. I have no idea what I was going to say. There was a point to that. Something about the algorithm. And I've mentioned some stuff earlier, but this one was a little different. I just lost it. Getting old sucks, man. I think the Alzheimer's is starting to kick in already. Be 46 this year. You think that's a little early, but... You know, I heard that nicotine is actually really good for Alzheimer's. Obviously, you're not really supposed to smoke it. We all have nicotine receptors in our brain. And there's nicotine in certain foods and plants. But smoking it is not the best way to do it. I do have those little Zens. I've been popping a Zen in every now and again. But I'm trying not to smoke. Eventually, I want to kick that too. I'll probably still have the Zen every now and again. Because a little bit of nicotine is actually not bad for you. I know that that doesn't sound right, but you can look it up. It's in all of us anyway. Yeah, I think I came across her. I think I stopped in there maybe a couple months ago. But yeah, maybe that's why I don't see some of the same people. I used to talk to those people all the time, but when I came back, a lot of those people I haven't seen. It's tough. They're not pushing it like they were before I took that break. Except for the live streams. And a lot of times people are just kind of in and out anyway. It's hard to hold people. You know, not that fun, I guess. Especially just sitting here talking. Oh, that's what it was. People aren't getting my notifications till 24 hours after I post. Now, sometimes I will get views right away. I might get like 10 views on something pretty quick within like the first minute or two. But most of the time, it takes a while, like 24 to 48 hours before people get my notifications. I don't know what is up with that, but I was thinking about sending YouTube an email and telling them like that's what's happening. Can you fix it? Because yeah, the wife says she subscribed to me and she's like, "Oh, Capital Currency just posted a video." I was like, "What? That was yesterday. That was last night. How are you just now getting that notification?" 3D Woodworks told me the same thing. They are definitely working against me here. YouTube's going to suspend you. What clips is it? Are they too long? Or is it just bad clips they don't like? Got some pew-pews or something on there. When you do live streams, vertical. Well, the vertical, whenever I do vertical, I always get more views. Next time I do an auction, it's going to be vertical because way more people come through. I did a live stream like a month ago. I had like 12,000 views. Of course, everybody was in and out. When you look at the total view time, it was like, I think it was under a minute because so many people were just in and out. And I guess now they're realizing that when a lot of people go in and out and don't, leave a comment, they just kind of stop pushing you out as much. But, they want to make their money too, so. But yeah, it's been falling off a little bit with the live streams, even vertical. But when I do horizontal, I'm lucky if I can get 300 views. So the next auction is going to be vertical. Yeah, cigs have a bunch of chemicals, right? You got to get it in you. I mean, even like dip or anything that you put in your mouth, the Zen's probably not really great for you either. But I feel like the Zen would probably be the best way. Unless you just get like some kind of nicotine drops, maybe, or nicotine pill you can take. I don't know. I haven't looked into it like that. But what's messed up is when I had insurance through the company I was working at in 2020, I had to like say to the insurance if I was a smoker or not. And you had to not be a smoker for a year because it stays in your system so long. That's stupid. It's in everybody's system anyway, through plants. You have nicotine receptors in your brain. Like, it just doesn't, I don't know. You hear one thing and then it kind of doesn't make sense, but man, 150 to 200, nice job. I'm at about, I think, $85, so I haven't even been able to cash out. But that's why I want to start posting more videos too. That's mostly from super chats. Music that's too long. You know what's crazy? Now, how come you can put a short out? Is it because it's under a minute? Well, shorts are actually 3 minutes now. So that's cool that you can do longer shorts. But I've been posting songs up through the website, through YouTube, and all kinds of great music. I don't know why I can't do that in a live stream or why I can't do that in a video. I got copyright strike a couple times for a song that I was using through iMovie that was supposed to be free songs that are not copyrightable or whatever. I might be saying that wrong, but you know what I mean. It's this one song that I played like in 5 different videos, and every time I got a copyright strike for it. And then when I did a live stream, I was playing like Linkin Park and all kinds of stuff. But if I do a short, I can play it through them. I know that there's a way to do it. People play music all the time. I think you got to tell who it is that wrote the song and like all that stuff in your description somewhere. And that's probably what I got to figure out. But because I would like to start having music. I mean, I've got a lot of my own music that I've recorded, so I could start playing some of that stuff in the background. But I got a lot of work to do on that. I'm going to be trying to work on that tomorrow. Maybe tonight a little bit. I'm going to practice playing drums and guitar tonight. And then maybe even do a DJ set. Long Live Coins. He does those DJ sets in his auction. He does, like, I guess that's once a week maybe. And he'll just sit there and DJ. I think that's freaking awesome. I would love to do that, but I know that they're gonna like cut the live stream off. I think they did that to him one time. I don't know how he gets away with it, but I know there's ways. Oh, the hammer clip. Oh, okay. Man, that's so stupid. There's got to be a way that you can, whatever music you play, you just got to have something down in the description of who it is so that they get credit for it. For the song playing, anyway. Because that's how all that stuff works. Lozenges? Oh, I haven't tried that. I didn't know you could get those. Also, memberships are just $1. Yeah, I haven't started the membership thing. I don't know if I should do that or not. I just feel like, obviously, if you just did the dollar membership, you don't really do anything special. But I know that people with memberships, you know, the higher it is, the more you want to try to do special things for those people. But then again, if somebody just wants to be supportive and support your channel, they might not care about that. I don't know. I like how you do. So it's $1. If somebody does the $1 a month, you give them free shipping, or is it a different tier for that? And don't you let the people that are members look at what you have before the auction, and if they want it, you just sell it to them before the auction? I feel like that's what you do. $8 or less. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Oh, 15 seconds or less. I got you. Yeah, I definitely want to. I would love to be able to play little clips throughout the auction. Like when people are bidding and like getting crazy, having like somebody with a sword fight going on, or like coining around. He plays a lot of clips. He's got tons of clips. And he's got memberships and all that too. There's got to be a way to do it. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I got copyrighted on my non-copyright music too. You just got to appeal every time. Yeah, that's pretty much what I did. But I still can't. Those videos now, if somebody watches them, they're not monetized. I don't think I can change that. Because I'm not going to just... I mean, what can you really do? Can you change the music through YouTube? You probably can somehow. There's a page that has music on it on YouTube. But that music is in the background of the video made through iMovie, so I don't know if it's possible. Then I probably have to, like, do a voiceover. I really suck with technology, let me tell you. I never even had a personal computer until after I graduated high school. All right, Gold Sniping Farmer. I appreciate you hanging out. Be safe. There's some crazy-ass people out there on these roads. Oh, yeah, that's cool. Definitely seen a lot of that, where somebody will gift. I was watching something where the creator gifted like 10 memberships. Was that you? I don't know who that was, but somebody, the actual creator, gifted 10 memberships to everybody in the chat. That was pretty nice of him. $10 a month for free shipping. Yeah, that sounds about right. 20 or 30 a month, you get a pre-auction bin. Okay. Oh yeah, I remember you guys having a little spat about something. I don't get into all that stuff, and I sure as hell am never gonna pick sides. You know what I mean? Sorry. I've known him since I started, so I don't have any issues with him. But everybody's different. We all go through this whole journey in different paths. Hopefully, you guys can work that out at some point. I feel like there was somebody else involved, though. I don't know. I'm not getting into all that. Never mind. 10 memberships to give out each week. Oh, that's cool. Oh, okay. So you get to do that. That's awesome. Yeah, but then nobody's really paying for it, right? How does that work? Does YouTube pay for it? I'm not really wrapping my head around that one. But then again, I mean, it is cool to be able to give it to somebody for free. That is kind of cool. Each month? Okay. Well, that's cool. But yeah, man, be safe driving. Hopefully, I'll see you soon. Damn, it's almost 5 o'clock. I guess I should probably get off here soon. Let's do that giveaway. I guess since we're out here, I'll just run inside and grab it, and we'll do it in here. Hold on for a second. I'll be right back. All right. Wish I had a better light here. So it was actually a dime, and the next one I'll do on the next live, since he had to run anyway. No, I didn't pour it today, Vicky. I appreciate you stopping in, though. You're just in time for a little giveaway. We're going to give away this 1952 dime. Is there any moderators that want to type in something for me? I can't do that on the phone. We could go inside, and I could probably try to do it that way. But I always give one of the little stickers with it. And this is from 210 Stacks. Number 79 is what he chose, and he decided to give this away, so we'll do that right now. So we got 9 people here. We'll do pick a number. I guess I could just tell you guys. Just somebody hit stop when it's time, unless somebody wants to type in pick a number 1 through 20, go. You're all good. Closest without going over, unless, and one guess only. Closest without going over, unless everybody's, or nobody's over. And then we'll go the other way. I didn't realize it was almost 5 o'clock. Time flies when you're having fun. I feel like it was 4:36 last time I looked at the clock. It was 5 on the dot. But yeah, I did pour this. I was pouring that for 7 stacks. You can see I haven't even cleaned it up yet. The tail didn't fill out all the way, so I had to redo it 3 times before I finally got it right. That's what it's supposed to look like. But she has the silver one, and I wanted it to match up. She was like, oh, you can send that. You can just clean it up. And I was like, no, you deserve the best. Everybody deserves the best. And I wouldn't let that go to anybody, especially if you already had the original in silver. I just can't do that. So it took me 3 tries, but we finally got it. I did do a couple of these little bars. I'm going to clean this up and stamp capital currency down it. And then this one too. These came with the 2-auto furnace. I still got to clean this up a little bit better. Get that kind of rounded at that one side there. So we'll do some filing on it and see what it looks like. And then I had this piece that looked kind of cool. I had a drip falling there before I poured it. And it stuck everything together. So I'll probably clean this up and see what I can do. I might do a CC up here. And then maybe something else down here. I don't know. I'll probably make this some kind of giveaway or something at some point. Or just start it buck and go in the stream and just see what happens. Something like that. But I do appreciate you guys being here, even though I didn't pour anything today. It's always fun for me to just kind of hang out and shoot the shit about whatever. And I said, you know, Q&A, if anybody has any questions about pouring or coins or stacking or collecting or anything, please feel free to ask. And or life in general. I will do my best to give you my 2 cents. Looks like an old lighter. Huh. It does, kind of. I see what you're saying. I was thinking about it. Like, it looks like something that I've seen many times in life, but I couldn't think about what it was. But are you talking about the ones that where you here and the flame comes up? And then it also kind of looks like a moon. I don't know. I'm going to have to think about that one for a while. It was an accident, and that's always when really cool stuff happens. I did one time where it was silver. It was a silver round, a 1-inch round, and I poured it, but there was a little bit left in the crucible, and I tried to get it out, but it had already started to solidify, and it hit in the middle and just kind of went, pff, and it looked so cool. It was, I can't remember who got that, but it looked like, remember Terminator 2 when the liquid metal guy got shot? It kind of reminded me of that. Longest call ever. Yeah, somebody hit stop. Sorry. Titan, you know how I am. I get to running my mouth and forgetting what the hell we're doing. All right, so let me get up here. What do we have? 1 through 20. We got 15, 14, 11, 2, and 9. Well, most of you were over. My lucky number 5. So congrats, Vicky, with the number 2. You were the closest without going over. Unless somebody else jumped in there before the stop. Nope, that's it. So Vicky, my email is in every video. It's on my homepage. It's in every live stream. So just look in the description and it'll give you my email address. And just email me within 24 hours to claim it. Let me know what your address is and I will ship it out. What I do with stuff like this is I put it in an envelope, but I tape the envelope up pretty good so it's not loose in there. It'll be nice and tidied up, and then I'll try to get that out within the next couple days. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get by the post office tomorrow, though, so it might go out Monday. But I'll see what I can do. I'll try to get it out tomorrow. But either way, just email me and tell me that you won a 1952 dime, and let me know what your address is. I should probably write your name on here, huh? Crap, I don't have a pen. How old is this thing? I'm gonna have to take a torch to it to get it to work again. Hold on, bear with me. This pen does not want to write. Here, I might rewrite this because I like it to all be the same color. Vicky Pitts, I got you. Oh, thank you, Vicky. You didn't have to do that. Yeah, I do send it in an envelope, but I take it in. So usually it's around $1 to $1.50. So I do appreciate you doing that. That was awesome of you. But I'll take it in there and I'll have them stick a label on it instead of just putting a stamp on it, because then it's got to go through the machine, and then, you know, going through the machine more and more. That's what happens. But I'll take it, and I tape this in so it can't go nowhere, and then I put it in an envelope, and then I tape the envelope. So if anybody ever does that, just so you know, if you tape up your envelope and you put a sticker over top of it, make sure you put tape over top of that sticker. Because I had to ship it out twice because it came back to my P.O. box because the sticker fell off. And I was like, that's kind of y'all's fault. But he's like, yeah, but you got tape on it. And I'm like, man, I have tape on everything I send out. And I've never had anything pop off before. So now what I do is granted, it was only $1.50, but I always put a piece of tape over it just to make sure. But thank you. I appreciate you doing a $2 super chat. I haven't had a super chat in a little while, so I do appreciate that. It's always great to see that sort of thing. So thank you. It means a lot to me. I wish everyone would take the envelope. Man, there is so I've gotten some packages in the past where it's like, man, what were you thinking? I got a package one time. It wasn't even in a bubble mailer. It was just in one of those regular kind of mailers. And it had a bunch of loose stuff inside. So I tape everything down, man. I put things in. You guys know, if you get pours from me, usually the pour is in a bag, then it's in another bag. If it's felt, or I've been doing those new bags where it's just kind of like black because I ran out of bags. And so what I'm trying to do now is if it's over like 2 ounces, I'll put it in one of the felt bags. And if it's, something lighter, I'll put it in just those regular Ziploc bags. Those black bags that you can see through, and it's kind of like got the different colors or whatever. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah. 7 Stacks, you still here? Coining around, what's going on, brother? Hope you're having a good day. Appreciate you stopping in. You just missed the giveaway. But yeah, what was I even talking about? Shipping? Yeah, I've got some crazy stuff in when it comes to shipping. So I lost some stuff in that package. So he did pay for like half of it to make it right because it was pours he was doing for me. But he put them in a damn package all loose, and it got stuck in the belts. And it's probably underneath one of the machines where the envelopes go through, sitting on the floor or something. I don't know. But at least I did get the silver piece. But ever since then, man, I just make sure that every time I send something out, you can't even shake the package. Like, you can't hear nothing moving. Gadita, yours was pretty good because you got that bag from me, so I put everything in between the bag. That worked out perfect. Just put it in like a different sleeve in the bag after it was folded up. But I'm glad you like that. I do appreciate you picking that up too. I didn't know if that would ever be something I would try to let go of, but I do appreciate you getting that. And you are the only one that has one of those. I have one for myself, which I'll probably hold on to. So if I set up a thing where I start to do like a store, I might get more made, but it'd probably be like a made to order kind of thing. So if you order it, I'll get it made. So it might take a little while, but I might offer that at some point. It is pretty cool. Coining around. Appreciate you, man. We're getting closer to $100. I'm going to be able to cash out in about 15 bucks. It's only taken 4 months since I started the whole thing. But we'll get there. I'm not really worried about it. Hey, coining around, since you're here, is there a certain amount of time you can leave the money into YouTube? Do you have to, like, after a certain amount of time, does it just go away? Or could I just let it store up for a year and then just cash out one time? I need to read about that. It would be cool if you could just let it grow and grow and grow, and then when it gets to a certain place, take it out. Because it's been like 4 months, so I don't know. What the hell? Titan. Cash out fund. Dude. Thank you, brother. Man, you've done so much for me already. I really appreciate you, man. That's freaking awesome. Well, I can cash out now. I am curious though if you can like let it kind of build up over like a year period. I'm sure after a year, if you don't cash it out, they would probably do something about that. Man, I feel bad. I wasn't trying to get anybody to. I'm tighten. I'm sorry, man. I didn't mean for anybody to like feel obligated to do something like that. I know you don't feel that way, but man, that's awesome. I've never got $25 in a freaking super chat or in a live stream before. Man, first time for everything. Shoot, let me go grab. We're gonna do another giveaway. Let me go grab something. I'll be right back. I just ran my face into the door. Jackass. All right, so this is for Vicky. And then this one was what Gold Stipend Farmer had picked up. Or he won, but didn't claim it, so we're going to give that away too. So this one is from him. Number 15 is what he ended up guessing. But obviously it'll be a different number this time. And thank you, Titan. That's awesome. You guys are amazing. I'm trying to find something that's not dirty that I can write this on. Here we go. All right, so when people don't claim, I just showed you the number. That was probably pretty stupid, huh? All right, let me get a new number. What the hell? Bruh. Oh, man. I never said I was a very smart man. All right, I can't type out here, so somebody type in, pick a number 1 through 20. Closest without going over. One guess only. I'm a very bad man. Why are you a very bad man? You're a very good man. I appreciate you. You got 600 members? Holy crap. Guess how many I got? 0. I haven't set that up yet. I guess I probably should do that. But yeah, you do a lot better than I do, obviously. Gadita, $2. What? Come on. You guys are awesome. Thank you. I really appreciate that. Guys, drop your links too so other people can check you guys out. If you want that to happen. Coining around, drop your link. You're awesome. You know, when I said 25, I was like, man, I feel like it wasn't that much. I'm glad I went back and looked at that. Thank you, Gadita. That's awesome. Titan, that is the first $20 super chat I've ever got, so thank you so much. That really means a lot to me. Titan, you got to get in. Sorry, you stopped on me? They send you the... Oh, they just send it? So if it gets over 100, they just send it? Huh. You can tell I'm a newbie. But yeah, so coining around, what do you do with the memberships? Like if somebody spends a certain amount of money through being a membership, do you give them like free shipping? And because that's what I was thinking about doing. Having like live streams for only members, sort of thing. Stop. Guesses are closed. All right, let's see what this number is. 17. Oh, Vicky, you were just over. Gadita's at 14. Looks like it's Gadita, right? Congrats. Oh, I lost the pen. Come back. All right, we got you here. And that'll come with it too. And then, because you guys are so awesome, even though I guess they all come from me, but we're going to give you a nice 1964. That'll come with the sticker as well. The little ones. Oh, guys, guess what I just ordered yesterday? I don't know if anybody else came across this deal, but felt stickers? Or fuzzy stickers? I don't know what the hell they called it. I think it was felt. But they're like fuzzy stickers. I only got 10 of them made because it was like 20 bucks for 10 of them. But that's going to be a special thing. Hopefully I'll have by the next auction. And it's not this design. It's the other design. The blue one. So I hope that those look awesome. I'm sure they will. But that'll be a special sticker that you'll get with the pours at the end of the month. The 28th, I believe, is the last Friday of the month. And that's when I'm going to be having the next auction. All right, somebody type in a number 1 through 50. Let's do a little bit bigger number here. 1 through 50. 50, Titan. Vicky, just type 30 in again. Vicky has 30. type it in again so you're in there. There you go. There's 12 of you in here. 13. Pick your number 1 through 50. And you're going to win a silver quarter. One of you. I'll try to have these ready for Monday. Just in case. It'll probably go out tomorrow, but Monday at the latest. Unless you don't claim it, and then we'll see what happens. So, all winners, email me with your claiming the prize and let me know what your address is. And thank you guys for being awesome. It's very exciting. even if it's $1, it's exciting. But I got my first $5, then I got my first $10, then I got my first 20 today. That's freaking awesome, man. Got a smile from ear to ear right now. And it's not even about the money. It's not about that at all. It's just the fact that you guys are so awesome and want to be supportive to someone like me. It just it blows my mind every day, and you guys continue to do that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you. Okay, Gadita, that's fine. That'll work. Just send me an email so that I don't forget, and I can have that somewhere. 46. We got Silver Spurs at 37. Oh, Titans at 45. I don't think anybody had 46. Man, you guys, a lot of you were close. Gadita was close again. Well, look at that. Congrats, Titan. You're definitely deserving of that. Thank you for everything. You've been a huge supporter, and it truly does mean everything to me. I can't say it enough. Isn't karma grand? There you go. All right. And then when I go inside, I'll get another one. I had 3 of them, and then I wrote down the number and then showed you guys. So I was going to rewrite Vicky's, but we'll do that when I go back inside. Well, that was fun. That's awesome coining around. I've been getting by, but, you know, that's me. I've been able to pay my bills. But that's just me selling pours and letting go of things. When it comes to the YouTube side, that's definitely a struggle. But I will get there. Perseverance pays off. Every Thursday at 2:30 I go live. Every now and again on a Friday I go live and have an auction. And that's, you know, try to stick to that. But, you know, the only reason I'm able to pay my bills with what I get from the auctions is because I already had all the silver. I had like 300 ounces of shot and rounds and things like that. And my stack, I started in 2019 and stopped in probably 2022. I haven't really bought much in the past couple of years. So this is just me going through my stack and letting go of it. So all the money that I paid for that stuff, if I factor that in, it wouldn't be great. But it's been able to keep me going on this journey for a little while. And I really appreciate you guys. If it wasn't for a few of you, I probably wouldn't be still doing this. So, I mean, I'd still be making videos and posting and having fun. But being able to get as many pours done as I've been able to, it's because I've been able to take care of my bills. But like I said, I'm not really good enough, putting out enough to where I can buy shot. So right now, I could probably buy maybe like 20 ounces and then have that ready for the next auction. The problem is I just wasn't getting enough stuff done. I could have probably done a lot better if I was just more on point with waking up in the morning, working 10 hours a day, trying to just get everything. The whole winter has been tough. is it's so cold and it doesn't warm up till a certain time. It's like just hard to really get out here and do some pouring. But the weather's breaking. I'm gonna try really hard, and I have a little part-time thing I'm doing with my cousin with heat and air conditioning. So hopefully that'll keep panning out. If I get a couple jobs a month with him, I'll be able to keep this thing going. So as long as that stays on and I can keep doing this and I don't have to like really go for something full time, that's kind of where I'm at with it right now. Like I always tell you guys, man, I'm an open book. I try to be upfront and honest with everything I do on here, and I think you guys appreciate that. But yeah, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it, as they say. Yeah, 34, man. I noticed that. I was like, dang. Yeah, I'm in Maryland, but it gets the problem with Maryland, and I'm sure it's the same problem with you. I guess it depends on where you're at in Texas. But in Maryland, we have the bay that splits Maryland, and I'm right on the bay. And so it's so humid around here. And pouring, it acts funny when you're trying to do it in humidity. So the summertime kind of sucks because it's hot as hell. And then I'll put on full leather, right? Because I don't want to burn myself. Obviously, in the summertime, I'm wearing shorts. So I'm going to try to cover at least my legs I got like a leather piece that goes from my arms, from my neck down my arms to my knees, basically. And put on a hard hat that has a visor on it just in case there's any kind of splatter, because I've never really had that happen, but it has happened to other people, and I refuse to let that happen to me. So I try to play the safe game. But let me tell you, it's hot. But having pours when it's cold, like I've been putting my flasks into the oven. Once I get the sand ready, I put the flask in the oven for 20 minutes at 200 degrees just to make sure that's nice and warmed up. And then when I come out, I'll even take a torch to it a little bit too, because you don't want to have moisture in anything when it comes to pouring. Especially like something like this, you got to take a torch to this and get it nice and hot before you pour into it. That's what I did my little 1 ounce rounds with. And I did those half-ounce rounds with this one right here. And I'm thinking about doing that 5 grams of gold in this one. If anybody's into it, if you would like to have a capital currency first gold pour ever, it's probably going to be 5 ounces, because if I try to break it down, it's going to be too small. So that might be available in the next auction. I believe it's the 28th. 28, 29, 30, 31. Maybe it's the 27th, because I thought the 31st was Tuesday. It's either the 27th or the 28th. Yeah, Gadita, I try to be an open book with everything. I mean, you and I have sat here and talked about things that it's hard to talk about. And I appreciate you guys. I put myself out there because I know you're willing to put yourself out there. But yeah, it'd be a little chunk. I mean, that's going to be probably a $500 pour. That's why I'm like, actually, no, maybe that might be more like $600. I'd have to see. I probably wouldn't sell it for much over spot, just because I'll start it probably somewhere a little over spot because it is a pour, and then just let you guys do with it what you will. But I'm pretty sure if there is one person that bids on that, I don't know if there'll be two. But so you might get it at a pretty good deal if I do it. Otherwise, I might just put it up as shot and just let go of it. But I kind of want to try to do something with gold. I just know that it's in its purest form, and it's 24 karat gold, and it looks beautiful in the bag. And if I go to pour this thing and it shoots out or something, I'm kind of nervous about it. But you're having your 5-year anniversary stream the 20th. Oh, that sucks. Yeah, you started. I don't know if you were already doing stuff on Fridays, but I noticed you're doing your thing on Fridays. I never noticed that before I started doing it. But the thing is, there's so many people like doing shit during the weekend, and I try to do it still on the weekend. But for me, it's easier for me to get all the shipping and everything ready by Monday. That's why I do Fridays. But I always hate kind of stepping on you. I didn't do that on purpose. People need to know they're not alone in this. Yep, exactly. $10,000 in jewelry at a garage sale. Man, you're all over those garage sales. And you're in California, too, so it's a little easier. Like right now, it's cold. Ain't nobody doing yard sales around here. That's awesome. You know what I'm thinking about doing, coining around? Or Tupac. I probably just should call you Tupac, right? I always forget about that now. But I started to, this mouse is, I'm telling you, little bastard. There's a place I drove by the other day down in Prince Frederick. And it's like a big county fairgrounds. And when we drove by there, I was like, oh man, I remember back when they used to put, you could put tables out and sell stuff. And I've got so many pieces I'm trying to sell right now. I mean, not just like coins and that sort of thing and pours. So whatever doesn't sell at an auction, I probably try to take there. But usually everything sells, so it's not really an issue. But I've got a lot of tools, a lot of like memorabilia from like hockey memorabilia, the Washington Capitals, cards, all kinds of playing cards, a lot of collectible type of things that I'm just kind of over even having. Like I just want to get rid of a lot of that stuff. And that'd be a perfect place to do it. I got a bunch of pictures from the Caps. Some are autographed, some are not. But tools, music equipment. I got a couple guitars I'm trying to get rid of. Like I really need to get rid of some of this stuff and not being at a pawn shop. Gita says, "You're awesome, Cap." You'll get there. Hey, I appreciate that. I appreciate the kind words always. Awesome community. Yeah. I think I'm caught up. Make sure you go check out Coin and Rounds channel. And anybody else that wants to drop their links, it's fine. 5 grams, not ounces. Did I say ounces? I meant grams. Yeah, I have 5 grams of 24 karat shot. That in the last auction, I was thinking about putting up just as shot. If there's anybody that pours that wants to pour with it, or if somebody wanted to just have it because it's the cheapest form that you can buy. But I don't know. I kind of want to make a video of pouring my first gold piece. So I think I'm going to try to record it. And, if nothing else, I can always take it to the shop. They don't really like to buy pours here. My coin shop doesn't buy pours. But if it's gold, I don't know. They'll probably buy it. I could definitely take it to the... there's a shop where I sold some of those coins. It's like a jewelry shop, but they also sell coins. They'll probably buy it either way. Oh, it's going to be Saturday. Okay, then it is the 27th. Awesome, that works out. Sweet. Does that say one pane, Dan? One pane, Dan? I have a 2014 Canadian 10 cent. Oh, yeah? I'm sure I have one of those laying around somewhere. I'll be honest, I don't know much about Canadian coins. I know that they quit making the penny in, 2000? I think that was the last year they made the penny. Or early 2000s, if not. I found a 1919 penny not too long ago. And then I actually found, was it a wheat cent? No, not a wheat cent. The Liberty cent, whatever the hell. I'm not sure if that's what it's called. I can't remember what the hell it's called. It was like a 1907, I think. That was pretty cool. I never found anything that old. No, 1897 might have been what it was. I got some quarters. I'm probably going to do a coin roll hunt here soon because I got a bunch of quarters that my mother gave me from when she goes and plays poker, and they, instead of betting chips, they bet quarters. And so I got a whole bucket of those I got to go through. I have a roll that I picked up that I never went through. And then I got a bunch of rolls of pennies. Probably like $40 in pennies to search. So we're going to do that at some point soon too. Yeah, it was the Indian head cent. Missouri in January. Yeah, but that sucks. Is there snow all over the ground? All right, hopefully I didn't miss it. If I missed anything, just leave the comment again. I love Indian head cents. I'd like to get one graded in like really good shape. Like, I don't know if you can buy 70s. Probably not. Well, they didn't have, the grading didn't start until 1985 or something like that. So nobody really kept anything as like a 70 coin. I don't think you can really find many 70s. Maybe a 69 or 68, but that's probably about it. But it'd be cool to have Indian head cent, graded at least a 66, 67. That'd be cool. The ones we find are never in great shape. I've picked up a few in other people's auctions before. Big T, I picked up a few from him years ago. I haven't been able to pick up anything from an auction in a long time. I did get one thing from somebody. I bid on it, and I was like, man, what are you doing? But nobody else bid, so I ended up winning it anyway. And I was like, well, I guess I just won it. It was only $15, but yeah, I'm hoping it'll be nice if he can get steady work where I can do heating and air conditioning a few days a week. If he can get one job a week, I'll be able to have plenty of time to continue pouring. So I'm really hoping this thing works out. And it's not the easiest work, but it's not the hardest work either. It sucks being in an attic when it's in the middle of summer. I can't imagine what that's going to be like. Like I said, when I got done doing the unit, because we had to break it down and then put it back together to fit it up there, and then tape everything up, my jeans were soaking wet. Like sweat was dripping down my legs. And it was like 60 degrees. I can't imagine when it's 90 degrees. But yeah, I'm here right on the bay in Maryland, and it's really humid here. Like, it sucks. And a lot of times when if I pour into something like this and it's real humid, it'll do like this blue kind of hue to it. It's almost like sparkly. I mean, it rubs off, but I always clean that up anyway. But yeah, if it's real humid, you'll see it on the coin or on the piece that you pour. Last night was your once a month. Man, coin it around. But I'm just going to say Tupac. You got some amazing people that show up for you. I've been there. And I've had that happen a few times too. It's always a lot of fun to see people bidding back and forth. And, with pours, I guess it's a little bit different. But with coins, I really don't want it to go up but so high, because I wouldn't feel right if people were like bidding on something like crazy and it's like double what it's worth. Like, I probably wouldn't feel right. I probably would stop it at that point. But then again, that's people wanting to support you. So as long as people know what they're doing, I don't know. I'm just kind of going off on a tangent here. I would just feel bad if somebody was getting like crazy on bidding, unless it was a pour, because then I have so much work in these pours, and a lot of the pours that I put out go for a minimum bid, which at that point I'm pretty much breaking even when it comes to those minimum bids. A lot of times when I was doing 35 an ounce and silver was like 30, I was making $5 off of an ounce. And when you think about the shop supplies and the sand and everything, that's really just me breaking even. But lately I've been doing 45 to 50 an ounce, and really I should be doing $2 a gram for sandcast. That's what the going rate is supposed to be. But I try to keep everything cheaper, trying to get my name out there. I've only been doing this for a year, and I only have an auction once a month usually. The last one I did, it was 2 months from the previous, which, man, I regret that. I wish I had got a lot more stuff done, because then I'd be a little bit better off at trying to keep this thing going. It's hard though, man. I do get kind of discouraged sometimes, but I try not to ever let that stuff get in my head. But every now and again, I'm like, man, can I keep this thing going? I really want to, and I'll always do it. I'm going to keep pouring forever because I love to do it. But it might not be a once a month thing. It might be like a once every quarter type of thing when I put my pours out. We'll see what happens. I think what I need to do is just set up a whole business account and everything, and try to get like a credit card just for buying silver. And then you can write that stuff off, and I just need to get into being able to do it that way. I didn't know if it's something I was even going to be able to do. So you got to start somewhere and kind of trying to get to a certain place. And sometimes I feel like I'm getting there, and other times I feel like I might be taking a step back. But we still have forward progress, and I feel good about it. And the community, man. Like I love this community. Like you guys are awesome. I mean, the community as a whole is great, but the people that show up for me are just really special and hold a certain place in my heart. And I do appreciate you guys. That's empathy, Cap. Yeah, I have a lot of empathy. That's for sure. Are you talking about everybody else? But yeah, I'm glad your auction went well, Tupac. That is pretty sweet. I've had a few that have been pretty awesome. Like that flying turtle when that went for like 190 bucks. That was awesome. And when things do go like that and they get bid up, it kind of makes up for some of the ones that went for the starting bid. So it all works out. Not everyone has deep pockets. I know I sure don't. I don't even have regular pockets. I'm still working with that little side pocket. OC, what's up, brother? I haven't seen you in a while. He picked up the flying turtle. Yeah, I don't know whatever happened. I thought you wanted to send me that silver. I didn't reach out to you because I've been just really busy. But yeah, I hear you, Tupac. Love doing this because I'm having so much fun and it's a lot of amazing people. I totally agree. Yeah, for sure, Gadita. I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, lots of cool things for the auction. Got sick twice and had the Long Beach Coin Show. Yeah, I figured that was probably happened soon, or already did happen. Like I said, I was going to try to do a couple of those turtles for you, but you didn't send it, and I was like, well, I'll just see what's up. You know, if he wants to do it, he'll do it, and if not, it is what it is. It's just hard because like everything I'm trying to do, I'm trying to get out into the auctions, and I've been really kind of going through a tough time over the past few months. But I'm in a different place now, man. I feel really good and ready to get the work done. It's a lot of work, though, man. It's a lot of work doing pours. The cleanup process, like a lot of you don't really see a lot of the cleanup part. I don't really get on and do that in the live streams too much. It's usually just pouring the piece and getting the sand ready and doing that sort of thing. But it's at least twice as long just to clean it up. And it's definitely a process. So I've been barely getting enough done just to have the auctions. But but yeah, man, I got sick too. I got COVID a couple months ago. It didn't really put me down, man. The first time I got COVID in 2020, I was down for 3 weeks. 1 week was straight up just feeling like I'm sweating to death 1 minute with a crazy fever. And then, so it'd be 12 hours of a fever, 12 hours of freezing to death. And I went through that for a week. And then the second week was like a headache and nausea. I never really threw up or anything, but I had this metal taste in my mouth. It felt like I had a roll of pennies in my mouth. I didn't lose any of my smell, but I had this taste of metal. It was disgusting. I felt like I was turning into a bat. So that was the second week. And then the third week, I just had no energy. This time, I felt like crap for about 3 days, and then I was fine by the fourth day. So yeah, That's just my experience. I did post a video of that first experience in 2020. Actually, that might have been 2021. You're starting a medical company? What's that about? Like you're selling medical supplies? That sounds like fun. You need a branch in Maryland? I do know my sales. I used to sell construction supplies, basically fasteners and all the tools to go with it. Not wood or drywall, but like all the fastener side of it, everything. I mean, we had like 5,000 part numbers, and then we would sell parts too for the guns, for nail guns and some drills and things like that. We fixed everything in house. So I worked there for 21 years. When I started, I was sweeping the floor, and then I was in the warehouse doing whatever, and then I was the shipping manager, and then I went out to driving, and then I went into tour repair, and then I went into sales. So my thing is like I'm just gonna make sure I work harder than everybody else. And the boss would always see that, so I kept moving up. And in 2020, when the pandemic hit, I got laid off. And that kind of sent me on a downward spiral of that plus losing my best friend and then my grandmother within like a 3-month period. Had me pretty in a pretty dark place. But I feel really good about where I'm at now. I'm sober now, don't even drink. And I feel really good about that. So well, that's my story. Okay. Love you, be good. Talking to my daughter. So we got 27 likes. Is there anybody in here that didn't double tap the screen before I get off here? It would be cool to get to 30. Just saying. You guys trying to like melt down some gold? OC? Bellows Forge, what's happening? Good afternoon. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you stopping in. Feel free to double tap the screen for me. I would appreciate it. Thank you, brother. I do appreciate that. It was hard for many years. I just couldn't seem to get on the right path. I would do good and then I would fall, and I would do good and I would fall. And this last time, I just said, that's it. I need to make changes. I'm 45 years old, man. I can't be thinking I need a drink in order to like go live or just be around even family. You know, I'll go to a cookout and I had to drink a couple beers before I even get there. And I just hated being that person. I really started to hate the person I had become. I had so much hate for myself. I'm always like my own worst critic anyway, but I just got to a place in life where I just really didn't love myself. And to be honest, I don't know if I ever loved myself until probably this past year. I didn't really know how. I didn't feel like I deserved it. And I've come a long way, and I know that 100% I deserve it. I deserve to be happy. My family deserves to have somebody that they can look up to, not somebody that's just existing. Like, because I wasn't living life, I was just existing. That's why I took that break for 2 years from YouTube, because I didn't want to make videos. I didn't want to be in public. I didn't want to talk to people. I was very secluded and just turned off from the whole world. I used to make a joke like, I don't even know if I still have friends. And then both of my best friends passed away, which really kind of just made it even harder. But, you know, I have to move on and live my life as somebody that they could be proud of. So I do miss them terribly, though, both of them. My 2 best friends, I was best man at both of their weddings, and they both passed away within like a year and a half. And I talk about that a lot because grief sucks, man. I've always not been great at dealing with that kind of thing anyway. But I also didn't really believe in God or really, I mean, I always believed in God, I guess, but I didn't live the right way. So I never felt like I was deserving of that anyway, if that makes any sense. But man, like now, every time I take a shower, I do a cold shower to put myself through a little bit of suffering. and it just helps out with anxiety and everything else I got to do in the day. I try to meditate every now and again. I pray 3 or 4 times a day, and all of that adds up. I don't get in my head saying negative things anymore. If I start being negative in my head, I will immediately find something to do. Maybe go play guitar, maybe go play drums, try to let loose a little bit. That always seems to help. CBD cream. I've used that before. I'll tell you what, I got inflammation really bad right now. I'm pretty sure I have gout. And like both hands, my knuckles hurt. Both feet, where my toes meet my foot, it seems like every joint hurts right now. Because I'm a little more acidic than alkaline right now, and I can always tell when it happens. That's why I really don't drink too, because drinking was doing that to me. I think too much of anything was doing that to me. And I don't know if ice cream does that, but man, I have been eating ice cream a little too much, and maybe that has something to do with why I've been working so hard. I've been like letting a little bit loose in the evenings. But yeah, I was at a head shop the other day, and they had a nug, and it was white. It looked like freaking. They called it like the snow cap or something. And I was like looking at that thing like, man, it's been so long. I didn't get it, but I was like, that does look kind of good, to be honest. I haven't smoked in a very long time though. I know it would probably help with pain and things like that, but I just want to be completely sober. All right, Vicky. Appreciate you. Like I said, I'll definitely try to get that out by Monday. Oh, you got some samples? Oh, is that what you're selling? Okay, I get it now. I eat ice cream a lot. I don't get gout. I don't know if it's because for so many years I was on opioids. I think I screwed my body up and my brain for that matter. I'm just now starting to feel like the old me again. Like my brain just did not make dopamine for years. And I still have days where I struggle, but I'm in a way better place now. That's the hardest thing I've ever had to kick. I don't wish that upon anybody. It sucks. But all we can do is move on and try to be better. Everybody hits a low. When you get to have an addiction, alcoholism, I mean, shoot, you could just overeat. Addiction is all over the place, and I have a very addictive personality. So now I try to make my addictions music and pouring. So I try to play drums and guitar every day. I want to try to start doing some more recording though. I have a full recording studio in my basement that I don't use as much as I should. I got a bunch of songs that I've made myself, playing drums, guitar, singing, everything, but I need to go back and like redo everything because it was all freestyles. Like I'll freestyle a drum beat all the way through long enough for a song. Then I'll go back and add guitar. Then I'll go back and so now I got a computer where I can just record certain parts instead of having to record everything all the way through. So I need to start working on that sort of thing too. It's just having the time, man. Trying to get pours done is a lot of time involved in that. But I still try to play a little bit every day. Like Monday, we did the one unit, the air conditioning, and then I did come home and play drums, even though I was a little bit sore that day. But like I haven't been out in the workforce like putting in a good 8-10 hours. Like the first day was 10 hours, and I haven't done that in a long time. Because when I'm working for myself, it's like if I'm feeling sore or I'm feeling like I just don't really feel like doing that right now, I don't have to do it, so I can push things back. But I do like having that I need to be there by this certain time, and it's definitely beneficial. It's kind of revamping my body and my mind, to be honest. So I feel good. Seafood causes gout. Oh, you know what? I did eat. You know what I did for 3 days? This is what this is what I did for 3 days. I don't know if anybody likes those stuffed scallops. It's like 6 scallops you can buy at the grocery store. They're frozen, and it's got a mixture, but it has scallops mixed into it. Right? It's like a stuffed scallop, and then they put that on top of the scallop, the shell. I ate 6 of those one day. I was like, man, those were good. I'm gonna go get some more. Did it another day. Or no, I had one in the freezer. I ate it, and then I went and bought another one the next day, and then I did it again. So like for 3 days in a row, I ate that. But I also got shrimp too, so that could have something to do with it, to be honest. I ate crabs one time years ago, and I started to feel I was having a reaction to it. Like my feet started to feel like they were burning on the bottom, like real itchy. My hands were real itchy, and I started to break out in hives. Well, one day it happened so bad I could feel my throat starting to close up. So I took the Benadryl, and I was sitting in my bed like I told her, you might have to call 911, but just let me sit with this. Hopefully the Benadryl will kick in, because as soon as I eat the Benadryl, within like 30 minutes, I'm good. And it's only happened to me like 3 or 4 times in life. But I always eat crabs. I always eat shellfish, shrimp, all that stuff. When that happened the first time after eating crabs, I was like, I need to know if this is what it is. So I ate crabs again, had the Benadryl ready, but I didn't need it. And I've eaten crabs a million times since then. So I don't know. I don't know what happened, but that did happen to me in the past. Oh, eat more seafood. Well, I definitely did that recently. Yeah, I have been drinking coffee. I don't drink coffee in the summertime, but in the winter I do. But I always put too much sugar in it, man. I don't like black coffee. I gotta put a lot of sugar, and then I pour a little bit of milk in it too. Man, what's a doctor's office? Bellows. I haven't been to a doctor in over 20 years. I know that sounds crazy. Especially being 45. I probably gotta let them go up from behind, if you know what I mean. I'm sure I'm probably about due for that. I think they tell you to do that at 40 now, or 45. I hear the drugs are good. But yeah, I probably should try to figure it out. I mean, who knows? I might have Lyme disease. I had a tick when I was 16 years old. I had a tick on my back that was right in the center of my back, and I didn't really know it was there until I felt something kind of like. And I told my friend, like, "What? Do you see something on my back?" And sure enough, it was a tick, and it was full of blood. You know how they look when they're full of blood? It was huge, and his dad got it out. I mean, I hope he got the head out, but apparently, you can get Lyme disease just from it getting in you, like whether you get the head out or not. And I've always had pain, so I don't know. I just try to tough it out. But I was also on pills for many years. I also drank for many years. That's interesting, Greta. You know what works if you cut yourself? If you don't have any kind of antiseptic or anything like that? Honey. You know, if you have honey and it sits around for a long time and it gets the white stuff on top of it, that is like using peroxide. Not like a big old glob of honey, just the top part. I guess whatever it is kind of works its way up to the top, and it gets like white little bubbly looking stuff. That you smear that on a cut and it will heal. Use honey instead of sugar in coffee. I tried to do that the other day, and then I realized the honey was so freaking old I couldn't even get it out of the thing. I went to the store the other day too, and I totally forgot to get more. I do want to try that though. Somebody else told me about butter. Put butter in the coffee. Granted, I don't know if that's. I mean, it's better than sugar, but there's some kind of butter that you can get. I think it's from overseas somewhere. That's really not that bad for you. And I've been hearing and reading some stuff about how butter is not as bad as they try to make it seem. What's worse for you is wheat. And even potatoes and like certain things we eat, like we're really not supposed to eat. those sort of things. I was very surprised when I found out that there's nicotine in plants. But yeah, I do want to try to use some honey instead of sugar. I got to get another one. Actually, I think I have one downstairs in my prepping pantry. Do you guys like prepping? Should I do a prepping video? I've got a bunch of preps. I could do prepping videos for probably a month straight. I'm definitely going to get into that. Honey doesn't go bad. Now, it doesn't go bad, but it gets hard. And I don't know if it was, I don't know. It was just really in there. I don't know if maybe it was open at some point for a while. But yeah, that's what I hear, that honey doesn't go bad. But I couldn't get it to come out of the thing, and it was like taking too long. So I just kind of didn't mess with it anymore. But yeah, you are right. Dang, homie, you could get some good work in a studio. Yeah, I need to, man, I thought about opening up a studio at one point. The thing is, I don't know enough. Like, I know how to play instruments. I know how to record some stuff. But I just use GarageBand. I had a system that was like a really good one to use back in the day. And I had to get like this, they called it a Steinberg key. I had to put that in the back. It's like a little USB plug. You plug that into the back and then go on the website. And it was just so much of a pain to be able to use it. I set it up, but then after like a year, I guess it kicked off or something. And I couldn't use the system anymore. So I just started using GarageBand because it was free. I mean, before that, I was recording onto like an 8-track recorder. It was a Zoom recorder. So I got over 100 songs on there that I made up myself, all just original stuff. I purposefully don't know how to play songs. I mean, I could play drums to pretty much anything, but guitar, I just jam. I just do what I think sounds good. Granted, I don't grow very much from that because I'm not learning how to play other stuff. So I'm kind of at that place now where I need to maybe try to start learning other songs and then kind of coming up with my own thing from it. I can usually listen to something and figure it out on guitar, but I'm not that good. I'm not trying to talk myself up here. I just kind of jam. And a DJ, I was a professional DJ about 20 something years ago. I haven't done that. The last show I did was right after my daughter was born, and she's 13 now. So it's been like 12 years since I did a show. I did a festival. And I still like to throw down a little DJ set every now and again. House music or drum and bass, one or the other. I never really got into like hip hop and that sort of thing. I do have some hip hop records, but it's all old stuff, man. Everything's probably at least 20 years old now. Yeah, better than peroxide, yeah. Yep. I learned that in my prepping days. Heat it up. That's probably a good idea. Could be allergic, maybe not. Yeah, I don't know, man. Like I said, I've had like 3 times where I've had to take Benadryl, and the one time I felt my throat closing up, and I was like, I don't even know what that happened. I woke up in the morning feeling like, uh-oh, something's about to happen. So I took a Benadryl, but it took a while for it to kick in, man, and I could feel my throat closing more and more and more. And I was telling her, like, if this doesn't get better, you're gonna have to call 911. And I just sat there on the bed and just stuck it out, and eventually everything went away. I was fine. Maybe that was the day God decided to save my life. Although I could say it was definitely some other days. Here's a story. So when I was at my lowest of low, right before I took that break on YouTube, it was right before, it was like right after Christmas, right before New Year's 2022. I fell to my knees and I begged God to come into my life, and like just bawling like a little baby, just bawling, please save my life. I can't live like this anymore. Damn, kind of getting emotional even talking about it. But I went outside and I was like, show me a sign. If you hear me, show me a sign. And as soon as I said that, a shooting star went across the sky. And I was like, thank you. That is awesome. I can't believe that just happened. And I was like, wow, that is crazy. Thank you so much. And by the time I thought that, another shooting star went right across where the other one went, like a cross. And from that day forward, I knew that God was real. And I've been praying ever since. And he saved my life. So I know not everybody believes, and that's, that's for you to figure it out one day. Hopefully everybody does, but that was kind of an awakening for me. Yes, prepping. Yeah, I'm definitely. I got a solar powered generator that I got from Four Patriots. It's about a 3,000 watt generator, and it comes with a solar panel. And then I got another littler solar panel that has a charger. It's basically just a big battery. They both are really. They're just big batteries that you charge up from the sun, and you can charge your phone. I can put 2 plugs into it. I think in the generator I have 4 plugs. I've never made a video about them. I have one of those. It's like a thermos looking thing, but it opens up and it has reflective mirrors on it. So you put your hot water into this like thermos looking thing, and then you open it up, sit it in the sun, and it heats the water up for you. That's another one I got from Fort Patriots. I got a bunch of that sort of thing. I got a bunch of freeze dried food, and I've got 2 go bags. And although I made my first bug out bag from basically the dollar store and Walmart, and just buying things that I knew if I had to go and survive, I would need this stuff, right? Just the cheapest version of trying to do something like that. I need to go through that bag because, man, I know some of that stuff is old. And then I have another one that has all the new stuff in it, like pots and pans to cook and just everything that's a little bit more expensive, but the good stuff to have. A way better bag too. I also got a 50-gallon drum, and it breaks down, so it's in this box, and I'm kind of afraid to open it because I don't know how big it's going to get. I mean, I know how big it's going to get, but it's something that you can break down so you can carry it with you. But you could take a tarp and set a tarp up, and then put this 50-gallon bucket, it might be 40-gallon, underneath, and have all the water run into that so that you can do water storage. I bought 6 of those big 5-gallon water jugs, like food safe water jugs. Um, I need to fill those up. I still haven't even filled those up yet. But water purification, like all that kind of stuff. Now's a good time to get into it. That's for sure. There's a lot of uncertainty, in my opinion, of what the next 5, 10 years is going to look like. So I've been prepping since 2011 because that's when my daughter was born. And I was like, all right, I started hunting again so that I would know how to hunt deer because I didn't hunt for probably 10 years. So I got back into hunting again. And the first one I took, from the bullet to my plate, I did everything just so I would know how to do it because I hadn't done it since I was probably 17, maybe 18. That was probably the last time I harvested a deer. And at that point, I was like 32. But yeah. And in 2012, everybody's talking about the end of the world. And I was kind of prepping anyway. Not necessarily for that. I didn't believe the world was going to end. I knew that it was the end of a calendar, the Mayan calendar. It was like the end, and it's like a rebirth, a restart of, time, I guess, or what. I don't have the right words to make that make sense, but it's like the year 2000, everybody thought like the whole world was going to go to shit because computers weren't going to be able to go through time or something anymore, and everything was going to shut down. There's always somebody trying to doom and gloom. I never really tried to look into that stuff too much. But when you have kids, it's like, if something happened, I started to think like, what happens if I lose my career, which I ended up doing. I wanted to have a stack. I wanted to have silver, gold. I wanted to have preps. I wanted to have food. I wanted to have enough food to at least last 6 months for me and my whole family. So if something happened, we're not going to be out in the streets trying to, get food by any means necessary. Because even if you know how to hunt, I'm in a pretty populated area. Granted, I have woods right behind my house, but I'm in a pretty populated area. So all the deer, all the rabbits, all the squirrels will be gone in a month. Easy. I always think it's funny those people talk about how I know how to hunt. Well, yeah, everybody's going to be hunting if there's no grocery stores. I guess I'd have to take my little friends out back. They come in pretty much every day. They're mad at me right now. They keep coming in and I don't have any corn for them. I think I might take a ride tomorrow. Maybe I'll go to the post office tomorrow and then stop by Tractor Supply and get some corn. But now with the weather kind of breaking, there's more stuff for them to eat. Once the buds start popping on trees, the grass starts growing, they'll have plenty to eat. Dang, Adida's like dropping all kinds of knowledge. The active ingredient in Benadryl is the safest drug to use repetitively, studies show. Interesting. I always keep Benadryl. Ever since that first time, it was like 10 years ago. Ever since that first time that happened. And I know when it's coming. So I can usually get it in time. But like I said, that one time I woke up feeling that way. So I don't know how long it was going on before I started to wake up and feel it. That was the only time I ever started to feel like I was having trouble breathing, like my throat was starting to close up. I've never had that happen before. I was very scared at that point. Like, is this it? Is this the end? Not like this. I'd rather go in my sleep than wake up from my sleep and then go that way. But wouldn't we all rather go in our sleep? I had a friend of mine back when I was young. He was probably 12. His dad rode motorcycles, and my stepdad rode motorcycles too. He was in a club and everything. But so the kid's dad was always like speeding up and down the road, and one day he told his dad, he said, "You're gonna kill yourself driving like this, And he's like, "Oh, I'm good. I'm good. I know how to ride." Well, it wasn't a month later. He had his girlfriend on the back, and he comes off of this overpass, like getting onto a highway, and he's like got it opened up trying to go on the highway, and something happened where he ran right into the back of a tractor trailer, decapitated him, and put her in a full body cast. And I'm not sure if she made it. He definitely didn't, and I never saw my friend again after that. I still think about that dude pretty often. Like, that's crazy. I guess if you're gonna go, that's a way. Compared to like cancer or something like that, I'd rather definitely go on the back of a motorcycle all of a sudden. But yeah, his girlfriend was in a full body cast. I think she eventually passed away too. Crazy. Thank you, B, if you're talking to me. If they keep making this lab-made meat, deer meat might be the only real meat for people to eat. Yeah. Well, I was learning the other day that, and to be honest, it does taste different. When you go and buy steak from a store, it's really good. And when you buy steak that is grass-fed, it does not taste the same. It's not as good. I don't know what it is. I know they pump antibiotics in them and everything else, and they feed them not grass. And then there's other cow that you can buy where they say something not grass fed. It says natural. It's worded different. And the guy was saying that all that means is that at the end of its life, it was fed grass. And that's how they get away with kind of saying it like that. But most people don't even know that that's a thing. But yeah, if you're going to eat beef, try to eat grass-fed if you can. And my uncle has gout really bad. He's not my blood. It's my aunt's husband. But he has gout really bad. And he stopped eating meat from the grocery store, and they started buying their own grass-fed cow. And he hasn't had a flare-up since. It's definitely a thing. Putting this crap in grocery stores. Yeah, they don't even have to label it. It's crazy. It's not even the meat. I mean, and chicken, man. Chicken is just the way they pack those chickens in. Ugh, it's crazy. I would love to have my own chickens. My uncle has some chickens, my other uncle. And we'll get eggs from them sometimes. And they're pretty good eggs. And eggs are so. I bought 12 eggs the other day for like $13. I was like, what in the heck? I feel like it was like $6 last time I bought them. But what do they say? Inflation is like 8%. Okay. Yeah, if you don't add in food and housing and everything else. Isn't that crazy how they do that? When they figure out the inflation, it has nothing to do with food or housing or anything that really matters. All right, Tupac, I appreciate you hanging out, man. I'm probably going to get off here in a couple minutes anyway. We're getting pretty close to 200 minutes. At that mark, about 3 minutes, I'm going to end it. But I do appreciate you guys hanging out. But yeah, deer meat, if you can hunt, do it. It's the best meat. I didn't get one this year because I didn't really go. I probably could have whacked a few behind the house, but I didn't do all that. But every year I usually get 1 to 3 and fill up the freezer. And I still got a pretty good amount of burger left from last year. And actually I need to make some jerky. I got a bag full of pieces that I need to cut into jerky. I might make a video doing that. And then we got a smoker, so I might be posting some smoking videos. I did a couple shorts kind of here and there, but it's an electric smoker, which I'm kind of a newbie when it comes to electric smoker. But man, that chicken had really good smoke flavor to it. It was almost too much. But she also got a Blackstone, and I put it together, and I made the video of me putting it together. But now I got to season it. So I think tomorrow I'm going to season it and then finish the video out and then post that too. I've got probably 50 videos I need to post of stuff that I just haven't edited yet. I need to get to that. Vegas Stacker, good evening. Lady Braven, what's going on? Long time no see. I feel like I haven't seen you guys in a while. Although Vegas, I did see you last night in T-Bird stream for a minute. Over the years, they have pumped so many preservatives and sugars and stuff. It's no wonder fresh stuff tastes bland. Yeah. Well, you know, that red dye 40, I'm so glad. I've been talking about that for years. And I always get on them when they buy like Doritos and Takis and all that stuff. Like, it's so bad for you. And I just found out that Girl Scout cookies are like the worst thing to eat. Like, there's strychnine in them and all kinds of other stuff. Like, what? Freaking Girl Scout cookies. It's funny, too, when I did that job, we were doing that heat and air conditioning job, and we went upstairs to check the thermostat, and she had a full table full of Girl Scout cookies. I was like, don't say anything. You know those are really bad, right? I guess the girls are in Girl Scouts. Oh, man, this girl, she drew me, it was 2 hearts that she colored in and said, thank you for fixing our heat. Oh my God, it was adorable. She gave me and my cousin one. But yeah, all the stuff, I mean, there's forever plastics in pretty much everything. I did learn the other day too that you shouldn't use plastic plates, which I did buy some plastic plates a while back, but I quit using them because If you ever, and you're not even supposed to heat anything up in a microwave in plastic. Always put it onto a plate. Don't heat anything up in plastic because that stuff gets into whatever it is you're heating up. So I quit doing that too. But man, you can just look at the back of anything, especially if it's some kind of like wheat product or chips or any of that stuff that we really shouldn't be eating anyway. There's always all this extra crap in it, all the preservatives they do. It's just like McDonald's, man. If you take a McDonald's burger with no condiments, just cheese, burger, and bun, and you sit that somewhere, you can look at it 15 years from now and it will look exactly the same. And we're supposed to be digesting that? No. I quit eating McDonald's too. Every now and again, I might get a little bit because I do love a Big Mac dipped in sweet and sour sauce. Oh, it's so good. But I know how terrible it is for me, so I try really hard not to eat that stuff anymore. But yeah, man, agriculture in itself is not necessarily a great thing for us as humans, for the human body. Let's just put it that way. All the preservatives, everything they do to try to make things last longer. So if you want to be as healthy as you could possibly be, go to the grocery store and do not buy anything that does not go bad in a week. That's the best way to be the healthiest you can possibly be. Just don't buy nothing that you can stick in your pantry for a month. And you will notice a huge difference. But yeah, it is scary, man. I'm hoping Kennedy gets in there and does some stuff. We definitely need reform, for sure. Man, I was watching some kind of, I don't know if it was a press conference. I don't know what it was. But he was talking, right? And one of the reporters said, he was talking about being sick or something like that. And the reporter said, yeah, you kind of sound like you're getting sick. And he's like, no, I have an issue. I forgot what his issue is, but he talks like that because he's got like a throat issue or something, something going on. And he's permanently like that. Like that dude must have felt like a douche. I feel like he said that on purpose. What is wrong with people? Yeah, always wash off anything, man. The only thing that they say you don't have to necessarily wash off is if it's like a hard, like an apple maybe. I always wash off apples anyway. And like tomato, I guess it's just outside, like it can't penetrate. But other stuff, it can penetrate. But even when I get lettuce, I will break it off and clean and put each piece underwater, try to clean it off and just make sure any kind of vegetable I eat, I try to clean it off before I eat it. That's a good practice to have. It's called Opie. Search Opie. I had to do that. Plastics leach dioxides into your food and water, especially if it's heated up in the microwave. Yeah. Yep. I was about to say that, Gadita. Most of these added substances in food are banned in other countries. It's a lot of them. It's like 30 of them that we still use. You know why? Because they want you to be sick. Because look at Big Pharma. Look at all the money they make. I probably shouldn't be talking about this stuff. But man. And then when you get into the whole oxycodone thing and the Sackler family and what they did, and all they had to do was pay a fine. Not one person got in any kind of trouble. Ugh. I've lost a lot of good people that I've known from that, and I'm lucky to be alive myself. And that ate at me for a long time, because my friend that passed away in 2020, he passed away from a fentanyl overdose, and it broke my heart because, I've been through all that stuff, and I thought he was doing better, and then all of a sudden he was gone, and I felt like I had survivor's remorse from that for a while, like it just. It really broke me. That was a hard one to get over. Yeah, they want to make you sick so that they can make more money off of not even fixing you. They don't even try to fix the problem. They just try to make you able to deal with it. Just like diabetes. I need to not get myself in trouble here, but I think we're all on the same page here. Oh, is that opal plastic? Opal plastic? Can't be washed off? I wouldn't doubt it. Guess about Big Pharma. Yeah, you guys know. They are, but hopefully that's going to change. We'll see what happens. Everybody that gets in office says they're going to do certain things, and it doesn't happen. But I think we got somebody that is actually hell-bent on doing the things he said he was going to do. So there's a lot of people against him, though. And then the people that are put into their positions, everybody's got something bad to say. Like, give them a chance. See what happens. There is a lot of, I mean, like my cousin, she has to go to work now because she was working from home. She was homeschooling the kids, and now she has to go to work. But like me and my cousin were talking, like it's it's for the betterment of the country. Like there's just so much fraud and abuse, and just waste. But anyway, I'm not trying to get myself in trouble here, so we're gonna just drop all of that. I think we're on the same page. But wow, it is almost 6:30. I'm going for 207 minutes. Yeah, that's not going to happen, Gadita. The daylight savings things, it's not going to change because Trump came out and even said it's a 50-50 thing. Like if there was more people that wanted it that didn't, then that's one thing, but because it's straight down the line, it's pretty much 50-50. I do like how it gets later in the summer. But the farmers and everything else, that's kind of why they do that. So like I get it either way. But and I think a lot of people are like that. It's kind of a 50-50 thing. Whatever. I would be okay with whatever. But I do hate how it changes twice a year. You're always like tired, trying to get back into normalcy takes a week. But yeah, I hate when it gets dark at 5 too. I hear you. But luckily, I mean, I'm in Maryland. I don't know. I guess everybody's different wherever you're at, but it's not too bad in Maryland. Yeah, it gets dark at 5, but that's only for like a month. I think you gain a minute, or is it a minute and a half, or maybe is it 2 minutes every day. So yeah, it sucks, but it doesn't last long. But yeah, in the summer here, man, it's like 9 o'clock by the time it gets dark. Totally dark. And so December 21st is the shortest part of the day, and June 21st is the longest of the day. Georgia's the same as Maryland? Yeah, probably so. If Arizona can handle it, staying the same, I'm sure everyone else can adjust and benefit. Arizona's doing that already? I didn't know that. That's got to be weird. Yeah, I didn't know that, Bellows. Arizona doesn't participate in daylight savings time. Huh. Yeah, so I guess we got a lot of stuff coming up here. A lot of changes. See what happens. You know, what politicians need to do is not be worried about their party and what side they are on and not being able to go along with the other side. You need to be thinking about, is it better for the United States? Or even if it's better for your state, whatever. But all this um, I lost the word. All the crap they're doing, you know, where one side won't support anything the other side wants to do. That needs to stop. If it's better for the country, it needs to be done, period. We have to start living like that, because if they don't start changing things, this isn't going to last forever. Rome fell too, you know? All the southeast states have already passed it to be enacted, but it waits on press. Huh. I tell you what, I didn't realize till Sunday afternoon that the time changed. I was like, hold on. I said, did you change the clock? No, it's daylight savings time. I was like, oh, that makes sense. I didn't even know it was happening. They want division, yeah. They do, and that's the problem. Because they know if we're all united, that's when we come together. That's when real change happens. And they don't want change. The powers that be. And that's not the president. The globalist takeover has got to come to an end. That's all he should be worried about. Talk about draining the swamp. Let's just drain them out. It should be illegal for you to be able to make money off of stocks and all that stuff, because you know things are changing. Like Nancy Pelosi. You know, there's a website that you can go to, or there's an app that will just buy whatever she buys and sell whatever she sells. And all these people are like doing great right now. And then apparently you can do it with everybody that's in office. Whatever stocks they buy, it'll buy it too. You can pick the person. I've never looked into it, but that's crazy that that's even a thing. And we're just letting it happen. And it's going to happen until there's a revolt. I'm not saying we should do that. Come on, YouTube, don't go there. I'm just saying things only change when it gets to having to be changed. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, you know the old saying, divided we fall. And then they try to push all this racism and everything else, and it's not about what the color of your skin is. It's about, are you rich or poor? And there's plenty of us that are poor in all colors. It's crazy how they keep pushing this stuff, man. I remember back in the 90s, in the 80s, 90s, there was none of that going on. We just all got along. And then after 9/11, we were extremely united back then. But anything they can do to create division keeps them in power. It keeps us worried about each other instead of what they're doing. And I'm tired of it. And I know you are too. Muscle Shell, what's happening? Appreciate you stopping in. Feel free to double tap the screen for me. I'm about to end this. It would be cool to get to 30. Just saying. But anyway, I guess time will tell and see if some real change happens, or if they're just going to keep doing the same old, like they always do. Part of me kind of thinks like Trump is just in there just to make us feel like we got to say. I don't know. I don't get political. I just see what happens and see what's going on and know that we need some change. And I don't care who does it. But these politicians need to start standing up and doing what's right for us as a country. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean. But anyway, I'm going to get off here in a minute. So, yeah, we got some of this stuff here. I want to do some pours. And so you guys think I should let this go as it is, even though the tail didn't quite fill out? I can do like a tail variant. Clean this off and then kind of sharpen this up, make it look a little bit better, because the rest of it's in pretty good shape. So I might just make this a tail variant. And then I'm going to clean these up, and I'm going to stamp capital currency along it. Try to do something like that, because I've never stamped my whole name. So that'll be kind of cool to try. And then got 46 ounces of copper here. Quite a bit more here. And I think I am going to save this, even though that was a mistake. I'm going to clean this up, make it nice and shiny like this one. And maybe stamp some cool stuff on it. I don't know. I got a bunch of stamps. I don't have them down here. They're all inside. I got a bunch of like stamps with different stuff on it, and I don't use hardly any of them because they're all just weird stamps. Like the one that's a plane. I used that once because the dude's son was Silver Plains, and I made a little copper bar for him and stamped Silver Plains on it, and then put an actual stamp of a plane like on each side of it. I thought that was pretty cool. I haven't seen that dude since I did that. He changed his name anyway, but but yeah, we got this over here. That's probably 3.5 ounces. I think I got 4 ounces in between those, maybe 5. And then some stuff I'm going to melt down. So by the next auction, which will be on the 27th, I should have a decent amount of pours done by then. And we'll do copper and silver and possibly some different types of metals. I might do my first gold pour ever. So if you're interested in picking up my first gold pour ever, it is going to be 5 grams. So it's going to be an expensive piece. But I do plan on doing some gold in the future. So that will be the first one ever. But I know not a lot of people are into spending that kind of money on a pour. But it is gold. It's 24 karat gold. So, and actually, I'll give the bag that it came in has a sticker from Aiden Coins that says 24 karat gold, and I'll probably give that along with it too, with the COA. Much loves. Appreciate you, Gadita. Muscle Shell, Bellows, Titan 7. I don't know if you guys are still here. Lady Braven. Vegas Stacker. Coining around. I know he left. B. Taylor. OC Stacker. I'm not going to go all the way back, but I wanted to go back and just make sure if you're here. Vicky. I appreciate you guys. It's always fun coming on here. Even if I'm not doing anything and I'm just hanging out talking to you guys, it's always fun for me. So hopefully it's as much fun for you as it is for me. And hopefully I will see you on the next one, which will definitely be next Thursday, although I might do something before that. I might do a coin roll hunt at some point. I don't know what day, but I might pop on at some point and do something. And keep an eye out for some videos. I'm going to be posting the short at least every day. And then I got tons of videos in my phone that I've really got to start getting to. So tonight and tomorrow, I'm going to be trying to do some editing. But I might get in the studio a little bit too. So I don't know. Just keep an eye out. Within the next couple weeks, I'll be posting some new videos. Yeah, some of those go back a couple years too. And there's some good ones that I have from a while back. But anyway, have a great evening, Lady Braven, Gadita, Seven Stacks. She's still listening. I appreciate you. I received your report, a Silver Eagle. It turned out great. Awesome. I'm glad you like it. Thank you for your support. Thank you for everybody's support. Thank you for the super chats today, too, by the way. Thank you, Titan. That was amazing. And all you guys, you know, Gadita. I mean, I appreciate anything. Just you being here is enough. And I can't stress that enough. I want you to know that just you hanging out with me means everything. Don't ever feel like you have to do anything like that. But yeah, all I can say is if you hang out with me, if you stop by and watch my video, leave a comment, kind of thing, you know, that's all I ask for. And I really hate to ask for that, but you know, you got to do it. That's part of the job, right? So I'm gonna go ahead and end this. We've been live for 221 minutes. So thank you to everybody. I truly do love you guys. I really do. And like I always say, I appreciate you stopping by. Hopefully I'll see you on the next one. Have a great day.